say I didn't know South.
Yeah.
I met South the day I met him here with you.
Yeah.
Me and you have known each other longer than South. Me and you both do something. We both make content together. We both do what we do. I don't know South.
Yeah.
I skip you, holler South independently from you. Bearing in mind I met him on that day. And me and him start our own show, podcast.
Actually start a podcast?
Yeah. Would you feel a bit, hold on.
Yeah, I mean...
Considering I do podcasts as, like, do you know what I mean?
If it was South, if it was South and he went off and now all of a sudden it's the South and Chinx show, I would be like, first of all, that's like my bro.
But what if Chinx told you but South didn't? How'd you feel then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Because obviously South's like my best mate.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like, maybe that's not a good example. Because it's like, why would you not chat to me about that? Very rare. But honestly, unless I wanted South to be on my show and do the Jedi and South show, why would I feel away?
Yeah. But you'd feel a bit weird, but it's not enough for you to say anything or act upon it, innit?
I don't
No,
know.
of course, because I'm just thinking, is man bugging or looking at it completely incorrectly? Because obviously, you know, man don't really do feelings, man do logic. So man's never going to act on man's feelings because we know some days you might feel away and later on you don't feel like that. You get what I'm saying? But just to know that I'm not a madman for feeling
there's
that.
Certain things.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
There's certain etiquettes. There's an etiquette.
That's it. The etiquette.
But I've come to realise that my sickness is expecting other people
Bingo.
to have that same etiquette. It's not ingrained in everyone. Everyone moves in different ways. I see in circles that I've been in, this has been an ongoing theme to the point where I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, I see where it is, and I need to remove my emotions from this.
No, of course.
Because I'm looking at you like, oh, it's my preaching, and just I'm thinking of all of that shit, and no one else is thinking that. What's the problem, big man? Like, you get me? Like, there's no problem. I think loyalty and integrity is a very big thing to me.
And if you used to break it down to them, and then they break it down of how they think, and they feel like, I'm a waste man.
Yeah.
I'm a waste man for thinking like that.
Yeah, why am I even?
Yeah.
Not even that. Not even. You know what, kid? Not even that I'm a waste man for thinking that, but I understand that you don't think like that. Cool. And you know what? Maybe I need to address me thinking like that for the wrong people or because some people don't check for you how you check for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, fam?
No, yeah.
And I'll give you like an example, yeah? Not even an example. See the thing that happened with China and the girls and you look. I watched that whole scenario as a case study.
Mm.
Yeah?
Did you see all? Did you see? Talk about it. Did you watch all of the videos?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see from the beginning? Yeah? Not from my content. Did you see how it even started off?
Between him and the girl.
Yeah.
He made a comment.
Okay.
You got to do an intro.
You know my style. I do intro.
Because I don't mind this being an episode. You know, if you want to do an intro.
Yeah. No, it's in the. Cause if you know my show, when I get to a certain point, then I'll do the intro.
Right, my bad.
But it's like, you get me? You've just now broke the rule of the fourth wall.
Sorry.
He's done it. You broke the rule of the fourth wall.
Sorry.
Fommy said, yeah, cool, and I let you know to put your suit down.
You're right. Yeah, my bad.
But now, cool. Here's the boy Jedi for JEDIONLINE, Red Pill, Twitch, Illuminati Clips. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And please put the number of your like in the chat. You know, like that.
This one's for the stolen voices, my people that ain't got much traces. Trapped in the belly of the beast, everywhere is beef and there's never ever peace. Every day is peak and I never get to speak. Living in the Elmos, never get to see. Sitting in a cell, feeling like you're never gonna leave, but you can't sleep cause you got beef with the brother underneath in the bunk. Man, the truth in my speech is abundant. I don't need a reason to keep it 100. The government declared the war on the man. So this ain't a song, it's a glorious anthem to rep for the group that is normally abandoned. The poor is ignored when they're stranded. From Lagos to Kingston, Norwich to Camden, against all odds, of course we are champions. I'm the voice of Trayvon, I'm the voice of Stephen Lawrence, I'm the voice of Tupac, with no thug life engraved on my stomach. I'm the voice of a runaway slave, holding a blade and facing a musket. Been a victim of the system too long, we get tired of waiting for justice. The voice of Fred Hampton Sr., killed for defending the people and the right to exercise freedom of speech. We just want to be treated as equal. I'm the voice of the mums and the ones that pray for unity in the community. I'm the voice of the young trying to escape the slum, but they can't find the opportunity.
So much to say, but not enough. We hear the cries calling from the skies above, saying it's okay, speak your mind, open your heart, don't let no one add you to understand.
And we're in the building once again. I got Kid, I got Chinx. I don't need to make them introduce themselves and that. You get me? People like, right, you know, Kid and Chinx. These two men are semi-famous, so I got to hold on to them and make sure they stay close. You get me? You're not running off and blowing up and forgetting, man. You get me? I just need to know where they live and it's sealed. You get me? These men are not going nowhere. I mean, I hope they go like big places because you know they're very watchable gentlemen. So let's go back to me watching your content. Well, but before that, this is mad. We're remixing this thing. You know? It's mad.
It's banging.
So
it's good.
like,
Smooth,
cool.
smooth.
Whatever. Fuck it. China made a comment about
don't speak sensitively. You know.
No.
Please.
But I just tend to be like a bit surgical. China made a comment about the mother whose son was killed in southeast London. Lewisham.
Do you think the comment was wrong?
His comment was, she said, what did she say? She said something about, he basically just said, as a mum, you should have been.
His rhetoric, what it stands on.
What did he say? This is the single mum.
Yeah,
what did he say?
Well, something along them lines of like single mother again, parent household, the statistics show, So he's gone back to his factual statements that he likes to bring up with the statistics, which actually made sense, but the time, I think the comment was wrong personally, but go on.
Right, so I can't be a hypocrite because I say fuckeries all the time. Publicly, privately, I say fuckery shit. I even, like earlier on when I was recording my 2 pence, which will come out, which will have been out a week by the time you see this, I said there was a story that come out about a mum with weed psychosis. They said she got weed psychosis and she basically unalived her 2 kids, right? But I just read the weed psychosis and this mum had done something to her 2 kids, rare. And I'm looking, I see in the comments it's like, oh, we're going to start blaming weed, rare. So I'm just on the weed thing. Do you know what I mean? Weed aspect of the story. My comment was, has anyone got the shotter's number? I want to need a shot. Yeah? Right. So it was like banter. But at the same time, when I went, someone checked me in the comments and said, someone checked me in the DM and said, you know what, I ain't even going to say nothing in the public, but in the DMs, Jeds, I'm not going to lie, I fuck with your shit.
It's a bit
and I know you're funny, but that was a bit mad, Jeds. As a man, he came to me and I said, you know what?
I can appreciate it.
I do my thing and I say the good, the bad, and the ugly, and sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's missed, but I hear where you're coming from. Then when I went back and checked the story, I looked at the story, this woman has done a proper wickedness, unalived their kids, drowned them, and then like videoed the baby father and said, yeah, you can come see your youths now. And they're saying that's weed psychosis. So I'm like, you know what? If I could find where that comment was, because I can't remember where I wrote it, if I could find that, I probably would delete that on the slide, like, right, that's a bit too far. But I've got black, dark, wicked humour.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I didn't even know the extent of the story. No, but if I had known the extent,
story's out there. You got to take the rough with the smooth, bro. Pause.
Yeah.
I don't.
It is. It is what it is. You know what I mean. I'm just saying. I got a heart, and I understand sometimes things I say can be mistimed and misplaced for the appetite of the masses, or even for my own appetite. When I look back on it, I'll be like, rah, that was a bit much. I write things when I was on Twitter. That was the worst. I used to say the most grimiest things, yeah, and then an hour later it's bugging me. I'm like, rah, I'm looking back on it, I'm like, right, yeah, I want to delete that one, just that one. It? Yeah, because I'm editing myself because because of others, because of me. I'm like, yo, you know, might have said something mad, and
but you know what? I like what you highlighted.
In the heat of the moment, you can say a madness
for yourself, though.
For myself,
anyway, I don't care about no one.
But man highlighted it and made me re-look it, and when I looked at the story and I looked at the context of what I'd done, like the backdrop, because I'm a bit tunnel vision and just in my own bubble. When I looked at what was going on, I was like, you know what? That weren't the best one. But cool. Anyway, back to China. The reason why I say that is we can all look at China and say, wow, that weren't the best timing.
I'm not.
Oh, people can look at China and say that weren't the best timing, and I understand that. I agree with his statement, though.
Bingo, me too.
Do you know
and this is where it gets to the thing that's the issue about him. It's not about the statement per se.
I agree with you.
When is it ever the right time, though?
When the girl, Ange and
Kelly,
where are they? What happened to them?
They're still working. We shot with them the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big them up, though, man.
I'd look a break, but they're back now.
Big up Ange and Kelly, man. So when I think it was Ange, clapped back in the comments, said something in the comments, right? Her comment was mad personal. and mad rude. It was. Now I see the episode where she was trying to, sisters not really taking full accountability and just going on, oh, just said a little that thing. No, you called man a waste. You said a waste. Your waste.
Yeah, it went left. It went left. It turned into an argument.
No. Because now we're talking about an argument. I'm saying China said what he said. You read what China said, and then you attacked China.
No, I don't think that's his. Because I think after she said that she told him she's unfollowing him and that he's insensitive and stuff like that. Was she didn't call him a name? Did she call him a name in the first response?
Not yet. I don't think. Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think her first approach was, because if you're gonna unfollow man, you don't need to message man that. Do you get what I mean?
Did she say weak man like?
Maybe.
You're weak.
I don't remember it verbatim.
Weak man or a weak youth. Something she said, weak waist, something like that.
But he said,
what he said
in his defense, he said that if she would have approached him differently, he would have deleted the comment. That's what he did say.
Yeah.
So I think she got a bit personal in her emotions and said what she shouldn't have said.
Yeah, she was rude.
Maybe she shouldn't have said
it in the comments. She was rude, bruv. That is cool. And like we're not telling China he shouldn't have said what he said, and we can't tell Ange she didn't say what she did.
Because if he's free to say that, people are free to respond.
She's free to respond.
Facts,
but now we're gonna own it. Man got vexed because you attacked him, and then I don't know what he done. After I think
it's just about run to the gym or something.
Right? So now he's getting personal now.
Yeah.
But she got personal first. Let's be the real. So it's like I either take responsibility for in my life. I like the bucket to end with me.
Yeah.
So I like to always to be my fault in one way or another.
That's because you're like me, because you love accountability, because you're responsible for your life.
Yeah, because then now you know
how you're not a victim.
Now you know how you could have avoided it.
Yeah.
And like I'd be doing things like, see, if I didn't go on this fucking stupid internet, I wouldn't be open for people like that to chat about me. Fact. So that's where I'd be blaming myself for even being on the fucking internet.
Being accountable.
This is what I'm saying. So if you post something, like I said earlier, take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah, facts.
This is it.
Facts. So, but their thing turned a bit, I don't know, it was entertaining. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was surface level, so I was even trying to get involved. I'm making memes. Get me? I made the famous Killer Season meme. I say famous, no one fucking watched it, but it was famous to me. I was like, this was bad. Yeah. I made a Killer Season meme where China sees Ange as the little girl in Killer Season with Cameron, if you know what I'm talking about, spits in her face. So China basically spits in Ange's face, and then Ange screams. It's fucking bad.
I think you should put it in there.
I made another version. I made the original version was Ange spitting in China's face and searching.
Man remixed it. Man remixed it.
I got this software that lets you do the face swap video thing. But it was mad. But anyway.
But just
I tagged them both. I thought it was funny.
You're not taking it seriously because you know, as a big man, this is some petance argument in comments. So you are, because you say, for example, if it's a problem on the internet, two people are going back and forth, and it's serious, you don't make memes. Do you get what I mean?
I wouldn't be making them.
Yeah, but because this situation is so nonsensical, and it's not. No one took it for beef.
No. You know
what I mean?
I took it for beef.
Nah, so you made memes about it.
I took it for podcast.
Yes, gal and man beef is not real.
Yeah, I just took it for podcast kind of personality.
But even if it's on the internet, it's not real, bro.
No, you can't say that.
It's not
people die over what's on the internet. So
I hear you when you say that.
You can't say
that. But if
that,
you're going back and forth with the comments, you lash it
I just thought two content creators. I like both of their shits. China's my brethren. I don't really know these two girls, but I want to fuck with them. I want to get on their show. I want to get me. Hey guys, I'm over here. I'm watching this. I like to banter.
Yeah.
I'm busting some banter.
They can banter.
But sometimes now, I realise when I'm getting involved in things like that, I might miss the mark and make people feel away. So I don't know if Ange came and laughed on the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if China said anything, whatever, but to me, it's me trying to keep it lighthearted and just let you know that the public's watching and we can just banter and we can create content out of everything we do, and I was just involving myself, eggs up. I took myself out of it after that because I was like, you know what? Like, maybe these lot are actually beefing. Maybe these lot actually are angry.
In between, China even messaged me. China was like, raw. Look what Angie said to me. I said, bro, you know me. I love a little internet beef. Yeah. As long as it's on the internet, it stays there. It's cool. Reply what you want to reply. I even said to him, reply, bro. But I didn't know he was gonna go to that extent when he got personal. I said, reply, bro, because when Angie replied, I was like, she didn't say nothing to me. No, Angie messaged me. I don't think she did, but China messaged me and said, bruv, look, I'm gonna reply, but I said, bruv, reply. As long as it's on the internet, you lot are having a little back and forth on the internet, I don't care.
So you see the meme I done?
Yeah.
You lot done a version of that meme, which is basically involve yourself, create content off what's happening, right? And involve yourself, create content, and just say, look, guys, basically, remember this is all internet, bruv, and this is all content, and we're content creators. Let's utilize this. You man are thinking like Americans, like me, like no, let's utilize this. No one's thinking like, oh, in the feelings.
To be honest, I can't even really take credit for that because I thought it was messy. It's Wes and Kid.
It was messy.
I thought it was messy. And
I'm getting into that.
Okay, cool.
I'm getting into that because I did want to say.
But I was still there, so I'm not removing myself
you can't
from any.
remove yourself. You
I was involved.
Your newspaper did not shield you. Yeah, your glasses did not shield you. Them snuddy weird zippies, snuddy tops. Where do you get these tops from, bro?
He had trousers on, bro. He had trousers. He had trousers on.
And kids are
He had trousers on.
Chinx are
He had trousers on, bro.
When I saw it, and my real reaction was, Chinx is a dickhead.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
I was like, oh my fucking brother. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. In all honesty, that content took a weird vibe. You know what's mad? We fucking watched it. When it was premiering, you was here.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And we watched it. And so we actually watched it together, right? That first one was alright. You lot said, "Oh, the second one might not be as like," because I was like, "The first one's light, man. That's cool." I thought Angie was coming to go in.
Oh yeah.
And then like the disrespect and whatever, the lack of. You can see I ain't fucking with this guy.
Yeah.
You can see that now. 100%. You can see it. Like I was like, oh shit, this is real. That's why I ain't really got involved again. And I think it kind of put you two in a mad position because
100%.
you lot are supposed to be China's friend. And this conversation about he ain't my friend and just because I do a podcast with you and that was all a bit. I felt it for China.
We never said that, did we?
No, it wasn't you lot. It was
because China's my brethren.
China was saying, these are my friends and you could have phoned me. She's saying, I don't really know you like that, cuz.
No, I hear you.
Do you know what I mean? I felt it for China because it made him look a bit like a dickhead, like a beg friend. But I also hear what the sister's saying. This is the truth. Remember the conversation we were having before I'm going online?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You might feel a certain way and feel like, oh, I fuck with Chinx. But then Chinx might be thinking, oh, Chinx is cool, but it's not really my guy. Do you know what I mean? And depending on the type of person you are, I'm an open person. I think Chinx has got, China's got similar traits to me. Like, we're like,
once I like you, we're locked in.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think I'd openly out someone on the internet like that, though, unless I really don't like you. And then,
like what? Like openly out someone.
Like I wouldn't see like how Andrew's kind of going on in China.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be on Andrew's side and be like, yeah, man, I'm with you. He's not my bridge like that. I wouldn't do that. I'm not like that. But that's not what I'm on.
And people think I probably hate them, but I love women. They're the best thing on the earth. I love women. Big up Kelly and Angie, my people. I love them as well. But that's just a woman thing. Do you get what I'm saying? I've had Uddin gal making her scream on a Tuesday. We have an argument. I got micro penis on Wednesday, according to her. I agree. I personally, they weren't locked in like that. But I'm telling you for a fact here that because it was
all you heard. I know exactly what he's gonna go back to. All you heard was micro. That's it.
I'm just saying. Let's leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it. We'll go back. We'll stick a pin in it. We'll stick a pin in it.
No, don't stick a pin in it.
Even so. Ange and Chai wouldn't be fire for Chai, shortening man's name. Ange and China wouldn't per se be as locked in.
You should have said Aina.
I know, that's crazy.
Ange and Aina is crazy.
Aina's crazy.
Hey, you know what? They need to be friends because both of their names together make a very serious heart-related disease, angina.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying.
Yeah, for real. But sorry. So
they're going Ange and
China wouldn't be as close as Kelly and China because they met at our live show. So Kelly helped China monetize his TikTok. So they were in contact. They were talking. They had each other's numbers and stuff like that. So
how do you monetize your TikTok?
Once you get over a certain amount of followers,
certain amount of followers, you apply to some program or
Oh
something.
yeah, I
and then
know.
you
They
can
knocked
get
me back. They knocked me
you can sell merch and all them thing there. But
back. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway.
so cool. So them two would have more been locked in than Ange and Thingy. But obviously Kelly's gonna ride with Ange, and Ange is saying that we're not really friends like that. And then on top of that, even if they were, the way we understand women, when they're angry, nothing matters. So whether or not they were bredging, even if they were or they weren't, they're gonna say that on the cam anyway.
Do you think friends let people onto their platform to diss them? Because I think that's
they
where
shouldn't.
Right. So but that's what you lot did though. And maybe
I don't feel like she dissed him though.
Bro, she did, man. She went at him, bro.
I don't feel like she did, bro.
Man.
Because there was certain, do you know what? Certain things he said,
yeah.
and he's like, nah, allow that, man, allow that. And even certain bits even got cut out.
Is it?
Yeah, certain bits got cut.
I respect
Did
that.
it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I respect
got
that.
cut.
You lot cut some things, like, because obviously she ain't got no regard for the brother, and she's like, she said it a bit, and you know how women know how to like try to dress man down, so she said it a bit, and you know I was watching
Do you think we're siding with any of them?
No, I just feel like it made you look mad.
Okay.
Like just because it's like you look like you're involved, you're part of the susu, and you're giving her the platform for the susu.
Okay.
So what I did love is no, you got China on first, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. See, so now look, you're cool with Kelly and Ange. You got China on. China said his piece. So why would you not get Kelly and Ange on? There's nothing you can do. It's just that
What do you mean get them on the same show?
No, get them on a show.
Oh,
Because
that's
you gave China a microphone. He came down in the pink shirt, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said his piece. Was that first?
Yeah.
Right, and then you got Kelly and Ange after, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
But you know, I want
free to say
me
what
personally,
they
I didn't want them to see the footage until they recorded.
You didn't want them to see what
I
China
didn't
said.
want to see it. I tried to stop it, but was like, nah, we got to release it now.
Timeline and
Yeah,
all
because
that,
I wanted it to be like, you lot don't know what he said, you lot don't know what she said.
Say
vice
your
versa.
piece from
you
your
both say your
heart.
piece,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
it. That's how I
But now
personally
now you get a chance to like rebuttal or
yeah,
respond
basically.
to things you said.
That's what I thought was a bit that wasn't fair. Me personally, I felt that wasn't fair.
Big up Kelly,
What
big
wasn't
up
fair?
Ange.
Because they saw his.
Let me on your show,
reply-
man.
They saw what he said in it, and
Kelly
they could
and
reply
Ange.
to it.
Kelly and Ange, I want to
China
come.
couldn't.
I want to come to your kitchen. Kelly, oi! Kelly and Ange, I want to come to your kitchen. So
Yeah, big
get
up.
me, big up them sisters there, big up man like China, and unfortunately, like
Did you watch all the episodes though?
Oh yes, I did, bro.
No,
yeah.
because I'm just trying to reconcile, you know. I don't know if you noticed that was my stance. I didn't really get involved.
But
in
you know what it
anyone's
is?
side.
You know what it is? This is our weakness now. Yeah, you get the same thing as me. Straight face, whatever. Because your jokes are in a straight face anyway.
Yeah.
When you're trying to seem like you're being serious and you might have a slight smirk or something, like it looked like you're kind of.
And then you got.
Get me? It's like because you're still laughing and busting your
No,
jokes.
but I'm gonna laugh. I don't care if
but
man's
like,
upset. I'm gonna laugh.
I agree with you. I would do what you, but then I know from the outsider's point of view, they're gonna be like, rah. Like for instance, I read in the comments, they're like, yo, these man ain't your friend, China.
Yeah.
And I understand why they're saying that.
But then
I
again,
understand why they're saying that because to the diehard China fan, you got some girls on here that are kind of dissing a brother that's supposed to be your brethren, and they're like, "Rah, well, why are you not allowing it?" But from the, if you remove the emotion, you'd be like, "Well, do you know what? I gave a platform to China to speak. He could have come on here and diss up the gallem if he wanted to. He carried himself in his way. They carried themselves in their way, and the audience can decide."
and you know what's mad? I still told her she's wrong, you know.
Yeah,
But nobody
you
sees
did.
that.
I saw that.
Nobody saws it. And you know
I
what's
saw
mad as
that.
well? There's Wes. Wes is editing it.
Yeah.
So Wes is snippeting it
Yeah.
how he wants it to look.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you watch, because I'm a Libra, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know if this means anything, but I'm
means
balanced.
fuck all to me.
No, but I'm a balanced. No, but you're probably right. But I'm a balanced individual. There's not much argument. That's why I can always play devil's advocate because I look at situations from every aspect.
Yeah.
So I don't get involved. I know every possible outcome of this. So I'm a person.
Welcome, Des. Big up,
Yes,
man, like
yes,
big
yes,
man,
yes,
Des.
Big up, man.
Come on.
So I'm trying to.
That was a bit Masonic still, that little handshake there. Let's do it again. Yeah, because my hand was like that. I don't, for some reason. I don't shake properly, man. Is this, you're used to, that's you know in the industry, you know? Yeah? The industry handshake. Sorry, anyway, so.
What was I saying?
You was trying to squash it, but Wes cut
so,
it in a way.
So I'm just, because I understand people and I think I know people. So Angie's still upset and angry, innit? So she's forwarding and I'm letting her get off what she needs to get off. But if you, because it's not in it's not one full long form content.
Yeah.
It's one sitting,
Yeah.
but it's split now. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a bit where she's warm and hot, and then she's on him, and there's a mellow bit, and then there's a bit where everyone's calm, and now you've got out what you need to get out. I could tell you you're wrong.
Right.
But he ain't mapping it out like that.
So
he's
put
the
hot
first
bit.
bit just looks like we're pagans.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
saying we hate China.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna bring the interaction.
Right.
And you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm just
It worked though. That's
of course it worked. But I'm watering this.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to balance it out, get everybody to be cool, because I wanted everybody to be on the same show. But so China's gonna film. We've invited Kelly and Ange.
Yeah,
China
but
said,
China-
hold on.
China-
They got their
China
say.
was moving mad that day though.
Yeah, of course he was. But that's who he is, and he's warranted to feel how he feels.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. He's saying mad things.
You think so?
I think he was right about Wes. Big up Wes, but I think he was right. Yeah,
You know what?
You're
It's
shit
funny,
stirring,
it's
innit?
funny, yeah,
You're
yeah,
shit stirring
yeah,
and
yeah.
rare, and you're talking too much. You're a cameraman. Stop trying to be P Diddy. All in the video.
No, but then if you're calling him out on camera, he's allowed to respond.
Yeah, but I understand what China meant when he was like, yeah, you're doing too much. But now where I think China went a little bit mad was when he was like, you know that we're here for me kind of thing and all that. You know what I mean? We're here for me and it. That's a bit.
That's who he is, though.
That's not really to my taste, innit? So that's not. So I would, if that's my friend, I would say to him, yo, China, I haven't even feeling all that. Like don't make yourself seem like that, innit?
I hear you, but at the end of the day,
we're in the, you're looking at it the wrong way though.
Maybe.
If you look at it in the
I'm not-
content way,
I was-
you gotta leave it. It's like your brethren's here now. If you just say, yo, listen, the show's now started because I'm here. Content way, bro.
That's
Can't
cool.
look, you could look in other way.
I'm not gonna cut it out or whatever, but as my friend, I'm gonna say, as my friend, my true observation is, there's nothing wrong with humility, yeah. And I've seen many men rise and fall and do great things and then do fuck all. I see man do fuck all and then do great things. I say personally, a boastful presentation never sits well with me.
no, but everybody knows self-proclaimed titles mean fuck all. We all know this.
I'm just saying, as a viewer, when he said that little bit about we're here for me and rare, like it didn't. I don't think it came across. I don't think it read well.
No, but-
and for the person I know he is, this is why certain men have to always make disclaimers. People got to make disclaimers on your behalf. Like, no, man's actually a nice guy. Man's a good guy, rare. Because you put snippets out there of that just look mad sometimes, innit? You say mad shit,
you got to leave that to the comments, bro. Leave that to the blog
and that's
pages.
what, yeah.
That's
Because you know what? Because I hear you, yeah. But at the end of the day, I know China. I know him. I speak to him. We speak on the phone. After this, we don't speak as much. He's still my bridging, though. You get what I'm saying? We see each other, it's all love. But whoever, like that, I hear what you're saying because it can read that way. Some people could even say to us that like it's disrespectful to us. But I don't care. That's my bridging. At the end of the day, my bridging means more to me than the comments. And those silly. And then you got to look at Wes now. Wes is operating from, I don't know if it's a youthful thing here, but it's like, bro, you look like almost 40. This is an argument in comments. Like this is this started because you lot were arguing in Shade Bar comments. Forgive me if I don't take this seriously. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, well, no, I think you can have that perspective, but you know it is serious enough to take your time to create this content and encourage it because what it does is like art imitates life and life imitates art, and when you're in a podcast space, you're like in the middle because it's content, art, but it's actually real. Yeah. So actually, a man actually thought that this chick was cool with him.
I see.
This chick actually thought that this man is overstepping it and he's a waste man or whatever. Next man actually thought that Kid and Chinx are supposed to be China's friend. Next man thought that China's moving a bit arrogant with the certain statements he's making. Next man, and all of this shit is real life shit. So
it shouldn't be though.
But
I hear what you're saying. I didn't look at it like that.
It is real.
I didn't look at it.
It shouldn't be though.
But you say it shouldn't be. But then at the same time, if someone you know links up on a podcast with someone else you know and they ain't told you feel away. Why? Because there's actually relationships are real, dynamics are real, how we interact with each other are real, integrity, loyalty, all these things are real, right? And these things come into question when I'm looking at footage and there's people who's supposed to be brethrens and they're kind of going at each other or giving platforms for one to go over the other. People will think, wow, what's actually going on here? Are you not cool? Are you not cool? Did you ever like him? Did you not like him? Does he like you? Did they ever like China? Rare. Is China begging it? These are the reason we watch podcasts is because it's real humans interacting.
That's a fact.
You get
Yeah,
me?
but it don't mean nothing though.
We're mean on me.
Sometimes it can, though.
But like it can though. It can mean something.
Because as
innit?
much as, and even referring back to before we was talking, as much as, because I'm a man, I don't bank on feelings. And if I feel a way about something, I don't act on it because I operate off of logic.
Yeah.
So even if I do feel a way about something, I'm never going to be self-entitled or so emotional about it to like take it open. And now I'm living off a place of emotion and feeling. That don't make sense. So I'll just hold it. Yeah. I don't do that. So whether I would have or did feel a way about anything, I'm going to hold that to myself and just let the shit play out and just treat everybody accordingly until I don't have to. Because I don't take it serious. Like I genuinely don't.
Like I think I'm similar to China in the fact where I'm emotional. Like I'm emotional. So because I'm emotional, I got logic, I got everything else, but I'm emotional. So I'll feel a way if someone I check for has made a move that made me feel a way. Like I will.
So
feel,
what are you?
like,
Are you the type of man that if say your brethren's here now, if he says something disrespectful to you in a certain way, would you edit it out? Are you that type of way?
I've never edited any of my shows.
Okay, cool.
Do you know what I mean? But when you say disrespectful, depends on like what do you mean. Like if he start getting on a crazy rant right now about orange juice, orange juice, I might edit that out because I don't want my channel to get taken down. But that's about it. That'd be the reason, and I'd probably put it on Patreon. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You know what orange juice is, Des?
No, what's that?
You go let Des know what.
You got to say it in a different code. You got a jargon it.
Yeah, me.
Let me ask you a little question quickly. Yeah, something separate. Get your brethren involved quickly. Have you seen Black Mirror?
No, I haven't, but and people talk about it.
Not seen no Black Mirrors.
I've seen. Is that the one? There's each episode something different.
I've seen Black Mirror.
I think I've
So
seen.
the new season's out now.
I
Yeah?
watched one episode of the new season.
What one did you watch?
The first one, episode 1.
Is it Uncommon People? That one. I don't know if it was the first.
I've seen 2. Let me tell
First
you.
one. What is the first one about?
It's about transferring consciousness.
There you go.
All right, so
was that when the woman faints? That one.
No,
I know. What
Yeah,
one
yeah,
you're
no,
talking about.
the man, the man and the woman
Before
in
you
it.
go, because that's the last one I watched. So the first one I watched is the youths bashing.
I ain't seen that. Don't
This
tell
is
me.
an older one. You can go watch it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
bashing on his computer. When he's done, someone messages and says, "I saw what you done," and they start blackmailing him. That's the
Okay.
first one I watched. The second
one's
one
fucked.
is now is VR. So they got a game thing.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
the two
fighting.
black men.
And then the
Vipers.
two
They fall in
black
love with
men
each
are on
other.
a fish thing.
Yeah.
And that's the last one I've seen.
Vipers, that was fucking
There's a
hilarious.
new season out now. Season
After
7.
the fish, once the fish are involved, I'm not involved.
Nah,
anymore.
it's brave. You need to watch it.
Nah, because there's gonna be a fish episode. Popping
Nah,
up.
they
You know
don't.
what?
I
I've
don't
not
think
seen I've not seen another episode with that kind of theme since.
No, there ain't.
You get me?
That threw me off the
So
whole.
I watched one today, innit? So the new season, I think it came out last week, I think. The new season, I want to ask you a little question if you lot will do this. So basically, the man is a normal working man. I think he works in like a soldering place or like a coal miner place, whatever, innit?
This is
doesn't-
crazy. What time is this set?
He doesn't get paid much, innit? He gets paid just to make ends meet, innit? His woman's a teacher. She has an episode at work where she faints.
Yeah.
Cool. So then
watched this
she's
one,
in a coma, innit? And he's like, well, what's going on? And the nurse is like, listen, she may never get consciousness again, innit?
Yeah. But
Cool, but yeah, we got a new project, basically, and someone can basically bring her back to life, basically, long story short, innit? So he's like, that rags, innit? Like, why not, innit? Like, my wife's gonna die, my missus is gonna die, innit? Like, what can we do, innit? The woman comes in now in the room, whatever, speaks to him like, yeah, this is the project,
basically we're gonna take her consciousness, store it on a computer.
Yeah.
Add a little extra piece to
Bruv,
the
it's
take out the broke up piece of
crazy.
her brain, add a
Like a computer, basically.
yeah, computer piece into it, and then re-upload all the info
Mental.
back into her brain.
It's mental, bro.
But there's like a limited coverage
there's
area.
limit. So say like
limited-
you're in Brixton.
You have to
can't
have
leave
Wi-Fi.
Brixton.
You have to be
Brixton.
within
You can't
your
leave Brixton. But if you want to leave Brixton, you got to upgrade your subscription. Innit? So now man has taken bare extra shifts.
And he's got to
for
pay
it.
to keep Guan in.
Is that-
It's literally like
I think it's £300 a month for the basic one.
Yeah.
Then the upgraded one is £8 a month. And then once it gets to the upgraded version,
Sorry
whatever.
to cut you, yeah. So what body Is
The
it?
same
her
woman's
body,
body,
her body.
same woman's
So
body.
like, say
Oh,
like-
so it's his
his wife's
dead wife.
So say your girl's brain dead, and there's nothing you could do. The doctor's like, listen, she's a cabbage. There's nothing. She ain't
say
coming back to
goodbyes.
that.
We gotta
But
switch this off.
we got this project basically. If you give us £300 a month, you can get her back to normal. Like, and you're like,
But she's gonna sleep a lot.
She's gonna see her
See?
sleep a lot,
She's gonna sleep.
bruv. And then the thing starts basically running bare ads. So she's having a normal conversation. I'd be like, yeah. So subscribe to Facts Only podcast. And he's like, what's going on there? And then you phone the people like, bruv, what is this? Like, well, if you upgrade to the premium plus,
You get the ads
the
off.
ads will be off. There'll be no ads.
That's crazy.
So my man's like, I can just about afford this, bro. Like, what are you talking about? So now he
That's
upgrades now,
cold.
innit? Cool. So when he's
I
upgraded
must have
now,
fallen asleep at that part.
it's brazen. When he's
That is
upgraded
mad.
now, yeah, she's saying to him, like, how did you get this money?
She is.
She said, no, the girl saying, we can't afford
Yeah, we
this.
can't
How did
afford
you?
it. How
What,
are
the
you?
same gal he dead?
She's not dead. She knows what's
Yeah,
going
but
on.
the
innit?
one who died is now
Yeah.
she's got a consciousness and
She's got
she's
conscious.
functioning to the point where she's realised.
Yeah, she knows.
She knows she's what she's not
Yeah,
real.
yeah, she knows. No, she knows.
Oh,
Because she knows that when you're running the ads, she's like, because she's a school teacher, innit?
No, she's real.
So certain things
So
she's saying at
she's
school.
still her.
Yeah, she's real.
her. She's
She's
still her.
actually her, but running through a server. So the
crazy.
consciousness is
Yeah, I get
running
that.
through a server,
So
and they
certain
put
things-
ads on. They put
certain things
ads
she's
on
saying
it
at school. Like I think one of the kids like I got shit trainers in it, and then she runs past the kids like, yeah, they're doing deals in Foot Locker, two for the price of one, and the girl looks at her like, hold a second,
She's doing AI.
A
She's
minute
doing
ago,
real robot stuff.
you were telling me these trainers are cool and I shouldn't feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So now the kids are going back to their parents now. Now she lost her job. Now the teacher's saying, listen, you can't work on them because the kids are going to their parents complaining, innit? So my man's taking on the £3 a month, plus he needs to upgrade her now, innit, to get her job back. So now he's got to pay the £8 a month. He's now doing some OnlyFans thing. Based it online to pay now, innit? So it's crazy, bro. You don't need to watch it.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
So then, but I feel like everything in Black Mirror comes true, bro.
in one way or another.
In one
yeah,
way,
of course.
so obviously now I'm saying this is like the
Neuralink.
AI.
That's Neuralink.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So then he's upgraded now, whatever. He's doing the OnlyFans thing, whatever. He's
He's still coal mining.
yeah, he's still coal mining, but he's doing the OnlyFans as well, innit? So now he's making enough money to do it now, innit? Now he's gone back to the woman that installed it in the first place, and this is their anniversary, innit? So he's driving to the anniversary now. The girl just blacks out. He's like, wow, what's going on? He's U-turned. I have to go to hospital now, innit?
As he's
So
U-turned,
when he's
yeah.
U-turned, she's come back to life now. Like, what's happened? He's like, hold on, so let me phone these people. He's phoning people like, the woman's like, yeah, she's out of jurisdiction. Like, she's out of the area.
You're not getting no
So unless she
service,
upgraded to, I think it's like 2 bags a month, she can't go
She
down
can't
there.
go past
So you
that
can't
line.
go to the
That's what-
exalt you went to, the spa you went to go to now. So he's like, rah, I want my girl to go to the spa thing, innit? So now he does some madness on OnlyFans now. The man's like, remove your mask. So he removes his mask now, and then they give you like some subscription thing where when she looks at the subscription thing, I'm probably missing bits out. When she looks at the subscription thing, you can have like heightened pleasure, like nonchalance, bare different things you can.
So
on
he
your
can
phone.
now program
He
her
can
now.
program it on his phone now, innit?
Fucking
So
hell.
like the pleasure, he put the pleasure up when they're going to the resort thing, whatever. He puts the pleasure up to the top.
He
so
wanted her to bust.
she's on a madness now,
Bust
innit?
it.
He's like, nah, this is too much. It's too much. Calm down. Slow it down.
He turned her into a nympho.
Cool. So now they've gone back to the thing now. She's lost her job now, innit? He's gone, once he's done the OnlyFans thing, the youth who showed on the OnlyFans thing has shown it at work. So now all of his work colleagues can see it now. So now he's wigging out like, bruv, what's going on here? He's gone on a madness with the youth. The youth gets in a madness basically. I think the youth ends up, I don't know if the youth dies, but he gets in like a car accident. So now they've seen it. He's lost his job now. So now, remember, she's on the 2 bags a month
2
one.
bags a month. Wow.
So now he's got no peas. So the woman, he's saying to the woman, like, listen, I've got no money. Let me just get back on my feet. She's like, listen, I'm going to downgrade you to the basic one.
Mad.
So unless you lot downgrade, or unless you lot sort something out, I can't do nothing for you. Cool. All that's gone past now. I don't know what he does to get the last bit of money. He gets the last bit of money for it, whatever.
It's been analysed now.
Bruv, he's sold, all of his savings are done. The money for the kid that he had, the youth that wasn't the unborn child, he's done. He sold the cot. He's all got no teeth. Like, he's doing madness with his teeth, selling his teeth. He's doing a madness, cool.
Yeah, because this OnlyFans thing, they're making you pull out your teeth. It's not
Bruv,
like
it's
just
mental.
a sexual thing or whatever. They're saying like one man's getting told drink his piss.
Yeah,
the people
bro.
are watching on live. They're donating rare. You drink that piss.
Yeah, when he goes to work, he's
Pull
like,
the tooth out.
piss drinker. They call him piss drinker at work and that. He's getting mad. So now he's done.
See what happened when you love girls too much, Des.
That's all I'm thinking of the show, you know. I'm watching my gal, I was like, look. I'm like, bro, listen.
Listen from the start.
Man looked at his girl like,
I'm like, yeah.
Never me, you know.
never.
Never me, you know.
This is different level of love because
You be a cabbage in Mayday.
them dead.
Them dead. Hey.
So cool. Anyway, they've done all that now, whatever. I think the last scene or the last bit, she's like, "Rah, babe, I'm ready now. Innit? I know you're broke. I know you ain't got the peas. Like, just pull the plug in it. Like, I know you can't afford it, innit? What
do you mean pull the plug? Like, let me go?
Let me dead now, innit? So cool. He takes her to like the garden, whatever. And I think I can't remember the thing. I think it was presents or something like that. He put it to the top, something like that, innit? I can't remember what the feeling was. And then I think he could only afford like 12 minutes or something like that. So he's run his last checkout, gave her the 12 minutes, and she's like, yeah, babe, cool, I'm done now, innit? When it's done, he's talking to her as normal, and then she just starts going into ads, basically, running the ads, because now she's at the lowest subscription.
She's on SoundCloud.
But he just suffocates and kills her with a pillow.
Swear.
Dead.
Hey, if you ain't watched the Black Mirror,
Sorry, I spoiled it.
kid has literally.
It's only one episode, though.
But it's only one episode.
Didn't Bash do one of them?
Who?
Didn't Bash do one of them? He's in one of the early ones, man.
Bashing in the Black Mirror.
I swear he is. Yeah, man, early.
I know, what's his name is from Get Out.
Who's that?
Jordan, is it Jordan?
Jordan Peele.
Oh, no, Daniel Akua.
Daniel Akua, that's it. So I'm saying,
Him.
would you lot do that for your loved one?
Do what though? Like how far?
The subscription thing. Your woman or your child is gonna dead.
But you know,
I
I
would,
think
yeah, I
what
would.
you're saying there, I was listening to that intently. It seems like there's a deeper message in there because half the
100%.
things you're saying in there, you do on your phone anyway. You know what I mean? Like more subscription, more like you see your iCloud. The minute it backs up, extend.
You want to extend
So what I'm
it,
saying is, it kind of feels like there's a lot of messages, but it's personalising it because it's AI, neural.
It's always like that. That's what
But
Black
no, I
Mirror's
wouldn't do
about.
none of. Don't get me wrong. I think as a young man, I would, because you're learning. But as an older man, I'd be like, get the fuck. Come on, man.
What age?
No. Wait. You guys will definitely pay to keep your loved partner, your wifey,
Alive.
her consciousness running. You would pay. I just feel like you wouldn't maybe go to the extent to try and keep upgrading.
Metaphorically,
You know
you're doing that anyway.
We're doing it anyway. What's it? We're doing it anyway.
Metaphorically, you're doing that in a
We've got to
relationship.
keep
That's
up
what
with
you're
the
doing.
Jones. You're doing it
Because
anyway.
if you ain't taking care of certain things, it's gonna die.
Facts. We're doing it anyway, bro.
Which is kind of what I was
me.
thinking. You know.
Gal
No, but I
sponsor
mean-
me.
Bro, if,
Hey, AOB now, AOB.
if you had
All on the bitch.
But to be fair, we're doing it.
Nah.
The rent,
South London's in
the
the
rent,
building.
we're paying rent now. Let's say the rent's $2 a month. If the landlord comes and says, listen, it's 2.5 now, or you don't got to get out, you're gonna make that extra $5, bro, to pay it. So we're doing
Maybe
that
for a
anyway.
month or two, but I'll get on my feet
Yeah,
and
but
fuck
you ain't
off.
going on OnlyFans and pulling out your teeth and drinking piss.
You never know. You never know.
It's the extreme of it, innit? But really, that's where it's all going. Some of the shit that people do online now, innit? It's like everything's extreme, man. When you think about the 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, it's like when you think how things have changed, what people do online, what people say and do, it's like.
I feel like you got a stance in this. 'Cause you're not a fan of the modern technology.
No, I love it, man. No. I'm fine with everything. I'm just like, I come from a time when there was none. And I feel like there's a lot of people that, like, if I talk to my nephew or my niece, I showed them the first mobile phone, innit? And they fell on the floor laughing. This is about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But when I showed them the first mobile phone,
They're like, what? That's
they was
what you-
cracking up. And then through
Was you
that...
offended?
Nah, but through that experience, I thought, rah, you lot have never grown up with, like, no phone,
Yeah.
no technology, no internet.
I was thinking about that.
And let me tell you something, the fact that you can reference that, me with older, I was talking to someone yesterday, I was at that Garage Nation, it was heavy, you know, Garage Nation at 02. And I
Is that what it was? I saw it. I didn't know what it
yeah, I
was.
saw all the old faces, and I was just chatting to one old Zed Bias, and I was talking about it, and we saying we're so lucky to have that reference point because it kind of gives us a little bit of a glass on the future.
You know I like garage.
You love Garage? No, listen, do you know
Oh,
what
you say you didn't get back.
Let me give you
That got nowhere with you.
you know what? Let me give you...
This is thinking even lucky I'm here today. I weren't gonna forward.
We're recording already, right? We're recording.
Yeah,
right?
we're recording. He's not gonna say it.
No. Do you know what? Oh, you're funny.
We're recording, yeah.
You know what
Why?
you know what
I
I'm
said
saying?
that. I was going to give you a whole spiel. But no, do you know what happened yesterday? Moss, Specialist Moss, big up Specialist.
Yeah.
Piccolo. The manager just called me, and 3 days ago he put my name down on the thing, you know, because he's
3
performing.
days.
Yeah. And then the other things, my other brethren
3
called
days.
me and said he's going, and I said, where are you going? And I said, right,
72
okay.
hours.
But I didn't know nothing about it, right?
I'm calling Red Eye now. You're even Jedi. You're calling Red Eye.
I'm just letting man know.
The funny thing, I was in there thinking you'd love it.
Things
still.
you like. Things you like.
That's even worse.
innit?
That's even worse.
So
And
anyway,
I
we've
could
gone
have gone
there.
there. I could
Right,
have
hear
gone
what
to
I'm
that
saying
one.
to you.
I
This
had
is the joke about it. I didn't know nothing about what was
Yeah.
going on or nothing. Man's telling me Garage Nation. I'm thinking, right, Garage Nation, like, you know, Jason K, bless his soul and all that. Then I get up there, 5 o'clock with him. It's from 6 to 11, so it's not even an overnight late night thing.
Oh, is that? Is it
It's a
daytime?
fucking concert, basically.
was
All
mad.
the
It
old
looks
school
mad.
tunes.
Oh,
Garage,
is it?
yeah.
Is it?
Let me tell you something.
That's not Garage Nation,
17,000 people in there.
Oh, yeah.
Mental.
That's
All
not
looked
Garage.
mental.
17,000.
It's a 20,000 venue. They got 17,000 in there.
To Bembesi,
I see Summer Soul Solid. I see Lisa Mafia. Big up Lisa Mafia. I see Mac. Who's the other one? I feel bad. I forget his name.
Romeo.
I see K2
Harvey
Family.
was there,
Big
I
up
see
their
it.
man. Their original OGs back in the day. Proper resonate with their man there. I see Kelly LaRock smashed it.
Kelly, you know.
Shola Amma.
Craig David. I see
Shola,
Craig David
you know.
perform
Yeah,
as well.
Craig David was there, you know. I didn't see
Craig
him. Lonyo,
David.
big up Lonyo. Listen, I didn't expect all of that. I see
Yeah.
Bushkin.
Lonyo.
Yeah.
Not Mighty Mo. Who's the other one with Bushkin?
Fonty.
Fonty.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they murdered it.
Yeah.
Them and K2. Every man murdered it. Every gal murdered it. They smashed it.
So
I'm
it was
not
just
gonna lie.
performance after performance,
Yeah,
basically.
and then DJs. Then they done a reminisce. Then they done a thing where all the people that have died in the scene.
Yeah.
And like, listen, man.
That was a good production.
Was it a stand?
Heavy.
Seated?
No, they was seated and standing, yeah. But
yeah.
guess what? No one was seating.
Yeah.
Even in the seats.
Yeah.
And you know, I noticed. First thing anyway, they done their thing, and I realised how much man I've passed and women. But even like man like Charlie Brown, big up Charlie. I used to roll with my man, big up Nas and them, like back in the day, like. And you forget things, innit? You like it's not in your mind.
Yeah.
And then when I saw all of that, I said, blood, you know how much man I see that,
Reminiscing, yeah.
that I know from back in the day that
Mad.
dead. But so that was a good part. Then they done some old school tunes. But listen to me, the one thing that got me, yeah, it just reminded me of back in the day going to like fucking Top of the Pops Awards or something. Like it was the professionalism of it. I never thought I'd see Garage.
Yeah.
Like that.
Presented package like that.
I'm telling you, yeah, it was like the whole of Essex, the whole of Manchester in there, but whole of Nottingham, whole of Leicester. But listen, they all know the songs. And let me tell you, there was 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and 20-year-olds. And listen, there weren't no separation. The place was fucking
But Garage
rocking,
has
man.
got that vibe. When
I couldn't believe it.
When they do it, they
Yes,
can do it right. When it goes down right, it's nice.
It was the first. I think it was their first one.
You know what? Because I think this is another thought I have. Yeah. So you see how you said it reminds you of like a time and all of that. Yeah. Because we constantly hear this. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Where people value their time more than other people's time in terms of their generation. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that
like,
was a lot.
say for example, yeah, because you think about the stuff of your childhood, innit? On what makes it so. Because like I got there's someone I know. I said this on another pod. He's got an Alfa Romeo. Yeah, he paid 26 grand for it when it was brand new. Yeah. He's still got it to this day, and you can't. There's no car you can tell him's better than that.
Yeah.
So he looks like a madman when my boy pulls up with the electric thing with this. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But you can't tell him that that's
we've
not
moved on now.
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and people like to think that their time is better than people think that their time is better than other people's time. But no, it's just the age. The age you was is you're more impressionable.
Mad.
Sorry, send me that video so that they can see what I want.
Yo,
Yeah.
like, listen, this shit was heavy, blood. I was so impressed, blood. I mean, not a lie, I was so impressed. I said, them man, they smashed it. And listen, if you go into one or two of them a day, a year, you're happy as someone that works in your 30s, 40s. You're not into the druggy, you're not into no lifestyle, street lifestyle.
Yeah, I see North. North was doing
It's just mashing it,
solid
blood.
VIP. Big up North. If he sees this, he should see this anyway.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, go on, Chinx. So you were saying, do you remember?
Back to the you said time in their life.
Yeah, because everybody does this. Everybody's like, oh, when I was young, you don't know about this. You don't know about no tape decks, young man. Like, you know,
they do,
everybody
they do.
has this thing.
But I think there's a meeting of the minds lately, man.
It's
that I
called
can see.
nostalgia.
Yeah, but you think that there's man, they genuinely think that their
Their
time
team was the best.
Like, I couldn't just.
Everyone's right though. But
No.
everyone's right. And then even it gets to a point where even people now, they look at them days, youngsters look at them days and be like, rah, that sounds sick. Because now
No, they're just humouring you, man.
No.
There's just humour in you, man.
Level-headed ones mature ones like Maverick and these man, they know it was better back in the days. They know.
Bingo. No, wait, before you go.
They know,
this
bruv.
this is it, man.
Nope.
This is it.
I don't agree.
Because you know what? You believe that. And I know
I
Des
don't. Not
does.
that I believe it.
No,
I just know enough
no.
man like Maverick youngsters. They know.
See,
They
you just said it.
No, but hold on. So, Mav, you're sitting... What?
Things have got shit up.
Take me
in
back to the
life.
time where you think Mav's going to agree with you that it was better than now.
Music, like
No, the
is it
time.
The time. I would think that
something that you experienced.
I would say that.
And wait, when you say music, elaborate on music.
I would say that Mav would have appreciated the 90s because of the type of person he is. From the type of music, the culture, the vibrations that was coming out.
Stick on music before you go to the next one, yeah, man. So
All his music he likes is
90s now, yeah. So I had to, when I wanted music, I had to leave my yard, go to the CD shop, and spend £10 on each disc. It had a maximum of like maybe 12.
You're
to
fucking
18
lying.
18 songs on
You're
it.
lying. That's
No.
not what you had to do.
The 90s.
No, that's
you
not
never
what-
had MP3
Don't be
players.
talking about line, man. Don't
but
put my
yeah,
line right now.
No,
Don't
yeah,
talk about
no.
line.
I'm saying you had radio. You had.
Alright, so
you had-
no,
you didn't have
cool.
to do
You
just
could
that.
you
alright,
could
so
have selected
cool.
your song.
No, we're gonna build
You
on that.
select it.
We're
Yeah,
gonna,
but you could select your genre.
no, we're going to
not
build
enough.
on that.
Not enough.
Remember, man? He said radio.
They didn't even do
So
music.
hey,
like-
listen to this, man.
Yeah.
There's this other guy here. He's somewhere in the studio, and he's choosing what you have to listen to. So you're at a next man's mercy. So you might not even want to hear this song, but
it's
you
better
have
than-
to.
I-
How is it
Wait,
better?
let me kill it. Let me kill it.
Records, though.
Right.
Is that better than Spotify?
Yes. Of course it is. Are you
He's
mad?
broken.
No, he
he's
ain't.
broken.
What's
You
it
know,
better?
you know,
What's
you
it
know.
better?
You think
no,
Spotify's better than having records?
$8.99.
Yeah,
I've
he
got
thinks
every
Spotify
song
is
in the
better.
world.
Yeah, that's what
I've
I'm
got
talking
every song in the world for $8.99.
But it's not the same.
Yeah, but that's
It's
shit.
better.
No, it ain't. It ain't.
What do you mean?
It don't even sound the same, and you
It
don't
does.
have
I've got good
ownership.
headphones. I've
You
got good
don't
head-
have ownership.
Oh,
And if you-
neither do you with your record. You own the plastic.
ownership?
Yeah, if you
Break
go.
music's
Break,
there.
you can break. If the needle chips is done.
The record there physically.
You're chatting, bro.
No, so if you go and
wait.
play it somewhere and try to monetize and earn from it, you have to pay licensing, which means the artist still earns. So you
When?
just
When?
own your
Where?
wherever you play music.
No,
That's
back
what
then,
PR
back
is.
then.
No, back then now.
Yeah, but we are talking about back
It's
then.
not proper. I think your point's interesting.
Hold on,
I've
hold
never
on.
heard
We
someone
are
say
talking
this.
about back then because back then, if I had a record, I could play it anywhere. No one could tell me nothing.
I can do this with Spotify.
No,
and you know what? I don't have to clarify
because your
this.
shit will get blocked.
No,
you
it
try to put it
won't.
on the stream, your stream's going down. You
No, but
understand?
so will your record though,
it
because the
wouldn't.
masters
No,
are
it
still
wouldn't
on.
have then. You're in now, so you're
You
dealing
know
with
what?
now.
you know
I'm
what?
dealing with then.
He's
With
talking
the,
about- You can't even stream back them, Jeds. So what are you talking about?
Listen to what I'm saying. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. That's what the point I'm making. The point is, them times when you had records, anywhere where you played your record, you could play your record, no one couldn't tell you nothing. Now you're on Spotify. They can lock off your Spotify account. They lock off whatever stream you're on. They tell you, oh, this is copyright. Rah, rah, rah. I remember one time I got a. Do you remember that DVD player? I got a DVD player, right? Yeah. Blu-ray.
You sound like one of them man now.
this.
Yo, the Lexus I had is 78, bro.
Check this. Banging DVD player, rare. I've got a bag of fucking. I got a bag of fucking bootlegs. Right? All till now.
Look at that, man.
Yeah?
Oh, that was my life,
that,
man.
man.
That was
I've got
my
a
life.
bag
Why have you got
Listen to
that?
them, listen to them.
Right?
Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
All till now, yeah?
have you
But
got
check
that?
this though.
Why have you got that?
This was really a thing right back in the day.
I'll tell you why.
Really a thing.
I come across, not that I just came across those CDs.
All of them are on the memory
I
card.
came across those CDs, but the reason why I've got those CDs.
Can I say one thing though? That's
No, wait,
you
man,
buy
wait,
that's
wait.
a gamble buying it as well, you know, because there might not be nothing on there.
I
Just
didn't
saying.
buy them. I
Alright,
didn't buy
cool.
them. And that's another point. I didn't buy them.
Cool, no
Yeah.
problem.
But I came across these CDs. But the reason why I rate these CDs is because now, like, I can just fling that into the Xbox or the PlayStation and then have some visuals going on up there. If we want to chill one day, we say, right, you want to watch something and just bun a zoot. You could just look and it's old school like that.
That's
Whereas,
whack.
no, it ain't. 'Cause guess what?
Wiggity whack.
No, it
I'll just
ain't.
go on my phone right now
No.
to the website and put it on there.
Yeah,
now.
and we got everything.
Now.
Yeah, I hear that. But you now need you have to make sure you got internet for that. You just need a DVD player. The DVD player I got, man had pirate CDs, pirate DVDs. Man went to put the put the thing in there, and the man put the DVD in the DVD player, and the DVD player said, "This is an illegal copy, and we cannot play."
See,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Alright,
That's
Mav, you know-
what technology reminds me
Let me
of,
give
right?
you. Let me give you.
You see what I'm saying? As we've advanced, it's now schooling you. It's not even letting you do your fuckery, and it's forcing you to go down a certain route. That's why I feel like we had more freedom back then. That's why where hip hop came from, mixing two tunes together. If it was nowadays, hip hop would never listen.
Let's go back
hip-hop,
to the Bronx.
hip hop would never exist if it was now because it'd be a copyright infringement. Rap ain't even rap no more because you need so much sample clearance. Yeah. The freedom, the rap, the jungle that we listen to, the garage, we're sampling tunes that never had no permission to. You understand? So basically, it was better then.
You was ripping people off then. People weren't getting their hard-earned money for their productions and creations. And then on top of that, you see those, before I forget the DVDs, you see those DVDs here, man. Sometimes you buy them, yeah, and you won't know that there's a man in America in the cinema filming it. So sometimes someone will just walk past the screen. Like live on your telly.
Man will say to you, is it a good copy or shit copy? That's what you got to say. What do you mean?
I see a man walk across the screen.
You never heard that one about where you're watching the film and the man turns around and says, hey, watch this.
You might have that. That might be your DVD. That's a fact.
And that's the lick. That's the lick now. Hold on, man. You ain't never bought a DVD. You ain't never bought a DVD, man. Yeah, gone home and it's not what you wanted to buy. But the person you bought it from don't exist no more. So you just got finesse.
Or you buy a CD and the track listings are different to where you think, I've already got this mix.
Freedom. I was talking about this yesterday with my brethren, yeah, this barbecue. The freedom is mad because it's like when you used to run to press play and record when your tune was coming on the radio.
That's a fact.
And then you'd have to press pause when the DJ decided to fucking speak. You're like, what the fuck,
That's
man?
a fact.
Right? That was fun. And that was like...
Or when you run out of tapes, you got to put sellotape over the top there. But he don't... Why would he want to do that, though?
Now, forget your nostalgia vibe for a minute. Tell them that this is bullshit.
It is. I'm telling man it's bullshit.
It ain't bullshit. It ain't bullshit.
From the point of that particular comment, maybe not.
What?
But
Which
like,
particular?
In terms of like pausing.
But that's you as a you having a personal interaction with music and it being special and you feeling a ownership and a connection. When you bought a CD and you open up the CD inlay or the record inlay and you can read listening to 2 albums of a geezer and you don't know what he looks like. But you're listening, do you know what I mean? You know that you could be listening to someone's music and you like it back in the days, but you don't know what he looks like.
Like a Bobby Cat.
And now he's not on every other fucking show, now making you not like him no more because you realise he's a dickhead. Or the information that he got robbed or rare is now landed to you in 2.5 seconds and now you can't fuck with him no more.
Bro.
Do you know what I mean? They allowed you to enjoy creativity. And whatever.
But now you're listening to pussios who got robbed and you can't check.
I can't.
Let me give another example.
It takes the soul out
You're
of the music
playing
now.
Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. You get to level 8. You need to go to the toilet. You come back, the game just crashed for no reason. There's no save, nothing.
Yeah.
Now, you got to turn the game off, put it on again, and it's not even working. Now you're thinking, why is the game not working? You got to take the cartridge out, blow the cartridge, blow inside the console, turn it back on to hope to start the game.
Yeah.
You don't know about that.
I've never heard
That's
no one talk like this
mental.
about
But
them
bullshit, no?
That's bullshit.
360,
But you still got
Yeah, but you got a save point, no? You got a save
blowing
point,
on
no?
discs.
I agree with you.
No
But at the
save
same
point.
time-
So what you're really saying is you love the ease of now. You love the ease,
Facts, you
the
have to.
smoothness of now,
You have to,
the
bro.
synergy.
And you
You
know
like
what
the fact that you come in with your phone, you pick up your iPad, you put on your everything just synergizes.
But if
you're
you was
good.
listening to music, you know that music from Spotify don't even sound like music from a CD.
You know there's
music from a
settings.
tape.
Hold on, you know there's settings in Spotify to turn it to maximum. Normally
it's not
everyone's is on normal, but you can actually change it.
Yeah. But it
Do you know what
still
Discman
don't
is?
sound. It's
It's
still
Discman,
not
you know
the
what that
same
is?
because one.
Yeah.
The truth is, they've changed the hertz and the frequency of the music. And it's digitalized music. It's not the same as analog music. So the frequency, the way it affects you and interacts with your energy system is completely different than how it used to. And that is done deliberately. So the truth is, music was better for you.
Sounding better, maybe.
No, it was better for you.
What do you mean?
I just explained the whole frequency and hertz.
You need to go back to
the guy on the
Brooklyn,
computer can put it on whatever frequency he wants to put it on.
You can't.
He can. I've been in a studio,
It's not-
and you know what it is.
works, bro.
And I think this
how it works, bro.
he's not having it. He's not having
No,
it.
I'm saying,
But
but
hold
it's
on.
inaccurate.
This is
what
this
you're
is
saying.
what this is what my whole point is, yeah. Because people think that it's their period, which is the best period.
No, not
No,
necessarily.
I'm not. Maybe not you. Not to
Yeah.
attribute to you.
No, yes, him.
Because
Because he's argued it for about 10 minutes about music is better
No, but
in
you know-
1980, and it wasn't.
and
But
this-
it was though.
It wasn't.
But you don't make music.
I have made music.
You gave up. You know what I mean?
Bruh, that is getting
That's
personal.
crazy. You didn't even. You weren't even in your heart. You
Wow.
weren't even in your heart. You just gave up. I'm a musician.
Wow.
I'm a musician. He's a music manager, and he's a musician. Yeah. He's probably the most accomplished actual musician because he plays instruments. I'm probably the longest running musician because I've been making music for the longest. And he's the most in-depth in the field because he's been managing musicians that have sold millions of records. So let's ask these lot rather than Chinx that wrote a couple fucking bars back in the day. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, don't take that, man.
but
No, let him get his.
No, but
the comments.
But it's true, though, innit?
Because you know what?
Because you think I'm just saying it out of
Like,
ignorance.
Don't tease.
My argument's been consistent about what it's about.
Get personal. I like it though. I like it.
It's interesting.
Where's the newspaper?
And so before we move on, yeah, because this is what my point is. Because you know them ones that you can't tell a 15-year-old do 2 package. You have to be there.
Yeah.
You can't explain that. But you see, people, their time means, like, my granddad would say, you fool, you don't know nothing. I had to pay 9,900 million pounds to get you get what I mean? But what really is important is the age you were. So that age period where you're impressionable and you're young and you're being introduced to new things, that whatever generation that's happened to you in, you're going to always say that's the best.
I don't think that's true.
Do you get what I mean?
Because
Yeah, but I don't really say that though. Me personally, I don't say that.
That's not true because there'd be no loving of old school. There'd be no youngsters that love old school and only old school if that was the case. The fact is, if you have musical ears, you can hear the quality in music, and then you know that the quality of music in general has dipped. Do you know what I mean? The artistry,
music's
the
subjective,
production, the sounds, the sonics. It's not subjective.
Music
physics.
Music is a
No, but you know, I think you see models as well. You know, see
listen
business
to music
models.
on a record and you listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah, but you see the business of music, because that's what you're really judging now. And it's the business of music. And when things are very successful, like successful operations, the music business, let's say, all the labels, I think they're in a space now where it's like overkill, innit? So the way they produce, the way they make music, the way they sign artists, it's been so like many different ways. Like where it's saturated now. Like I just spent 2 years consulting in a label, innit? And I'm watching how like A&R's practically dead. Like you know, like
no more.
No, it's not that you don't need them. It's that you don't want to hear no one.
No, because this is what it is now. And A&R goes out and develops or finds the next thing and introduces them. We can do that route, but then we just got this kid who's got 50k on TikTok whose song's done 1 million streams, and the moment we sign him, he's already certified gold.
Gone.
So
but
I understand that, but this works.
No,
And
but
this
what I'm
is-
saying
this
to you-
is producing more money than all of that did, and there's less costs.
No, it's not producing more money.
The songs earn more money now. Artists are getting paid more money.
No,
now.
artists are getting paid more, but it's not earning more money. Not more money's being made in
It
general.
just splits.
Oh, like streaming wise.
Yeah, streaming.
No, but then there's sorry, go on.
No, it's not a problem. Say what you're saying.
Like publishing, there's streams, there's licensing, there's writing,
Yeah, that was that
there's
back then.
international
was
ways
that
going
back then.
everywhere. But it's more. The internet has made everything more accessible.
I think it's saturated, but don't get me wrong. I ain't mad at development. I've never been mad at development. Like, I love what's happening now because I feel like the independent artists or the roads them are getting money now. Whereas before you was doing it for the love of it and you was wondering why you wasn't getting money.
Where's the peas?
Because you was looking to your left or right and
that's-
maybe seeing a different Caucasian
So that's
getting
a-
money.
that's a pro,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And you was like, right, I'm better than them. They're pop. They're not this, they're not that. So I love the fact now that that's like the culture is the main culture now. Like the culture is pop, if that makes sense.
But it's a pro now. So now, even though according to Jedi, everything back then was better, now, as you said, there's man genuinely doing a lot better. The money's reaching a lot further. There's some people who don't know certain things. Hold on, let me go type this up on the internet. Oh, this music law here. So the advancement is beneficial and it's great for everyone. But some people are still going to say, but the record sounds better because it's on plastic.
You know, I don't mind that because I think, like, I swear to God, I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm learning how you lot think about it more than judging what you're saying. Because I could say 1,000,001 things on my opinion about it.
So, what's your opinion?
No, but I
I'm
mean, like,
curious.
because I've been around people that make real music, innit, before computers.
What do you mean by real music?
I mean, like, real instruments, play them, record them, mix them properly through analog desks before digital, everything. I'm not mad at digital, but I'm saying to you, I think that there's people that know how to melt the two and make a perfect mix, where
Yeah,
there's people
yeah,
that don't.
synergy.
And there's people that are just strictly digital and people that are strictly analog. But listening overall to what you lot are saying about back then, I'll say this to you. When you go on holiday, like Africa, wherever you go, and you have them spiritual connections or you see them people doing enough with little, you're always inspired by it, saying, right, that's heavy. Right, I love to live like that. But you come home and you love the synergy, right? The internet, the streaming, the everything. So I'm saying to you, both sides have got benefits to me. And I feel like what I see with the generation now, I love what everyone's doing. But I think there's a lack of quality music being made. Because where's the TikTok 15 seconds and all that? it's almost like music's turned into, let me grab you for a moment. Let me grab you for that 15 or 20 seconds. And if I get you for it, that goes viral. And then do you know what? It's not even about the song no more.
Yeah.
And you know, no one even cares if they get a number one. It's about the streams, it's about the socials. I'm not mad at none of that. I'm just saying that's what it's about. So for me, just that all happening has changed how music's being made. So now when people are in the studio, they don't want to spend 3 days making a song. They want to make an album in 2 days and all that shit. They just want to knock out 20 songs in a day and just say, yeah. I've told artists recently, I'm like, yo, you should change that line or that verse. Man, look at you just chilling, billing a spliff, you know? Go on now. Man will tell you, go on now. And you're looking at them like, who are you talking to? Like, almost. You get me? Because they don't know what you're about, really. And I'm realizing, I had to learn funnily, like, I was in New York and I was with Valiant and them. And I realised, I just come out of there, the label called me, how's it going? I said, yeah, this man don't want to hear no one, you know. And I don't say it to put him down. I say it to like, I've clocked where he's at. And I'm like, he don't want no guidance, man. He's doing his thing. Do you get me? And then when I look left, I look right, I look left. Yeah, it's always working because guess what? They got talent. But what I'm saying to you is this, yeah? All right. Let's put it in a business term now. Let's fuck that creativity. Business. So now you're in an office, right? And now we've got a computer in front of you. And you know how to code. Yeah? And that's why you've got the job. Yeah? But now they're asking you to do a code that you've never done before. Right? So it's working, innit? You've got all the way to where you've got to, innit? It's working, right? So now when you got to do that new code, what are you going to do? You're going to let our OG in the office give you a bit of guidance and help you? Or you're going to, the head of the department, when they want to talk to you, you're going to listen? I think you are. Because that's how you learn in business.
Coding.
Yeah, just coding. So I'm saying to you, just look at the fact that...
Me personally, though, if I'm the coder
and
I'm an expert in coding...
I never said you're an expert.
Oh.
I said you're good at coding. It's got you this far, which is your natural talent. You've been hired by a job. You're in a business. And what they're saying now is, all right, now they're asking you to do something that is a bit above what you know. So guess what?
You go to the experience.
Are you going to just try and sit there in the office and waste time every day acting like you know what you're doing? Or where you're in a department where there's other people that are more experienced than you or know, they might not be your talent, but they know how to do what you're doing or work with people with your talent before or whatever. Are you going to take advice in the department to get the job done the right way? That's what I'm asking.
I got lost in the coding analogy of it, but I see what you're saying.
And I'm saying to you, what's the difference with someone that knows music? So what I'm saying to you, the best, me personally, I can't talk for no one else, but every artist I've worked with and I've had success, me and them has had wicked conversations and vibes, almost like brother, sister, brother and brother, peer jokes. Like we've been on a journey, maybe a year, maybe 8 months, maybe 3 years. But the journey is like, right, we've traveled the world, we've met new people. What I'm saying, just vibes, like how we're talking now, vibes. And out of that, and then, you know, they make a song, they come back to you, what do you think? You know, like all of that. And I'm saying the manager's kind of died now, but what's happened is the rapper will have his brethren that's with him, and the brethren will be a bit smarter. It's better he take the job. And if a manager come in, the manager forgive him a 10%, you know, and split it, or the manager take 15%, and when he gets better, take 10-10, and then when he better, 5, and then leave him. Because that's what you're meant to do, learn and move on. My personal view on everything that's going on in music right now in England is that I come from a place where we grew up on hip-hop from America. I was, when drum and bass started, all of that, Jumping Jack Frost, Groove Rider, all them, I know them. Used to carry Jumping Jack Frost boxes, record boxes, big up bills, dollar. But what I'm saying is, I've seen the growth of it, innit? I've seen what it come to even when I'm in Garage Nation now, when I'm looking around that stadium, I'm laughing to myself. Cause I'm saying, blood, God, look where it get. When I'm first hearing them songs, I'm in Ibiza, or I'm in Napa, or I'm in fucking a tent somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm a teenager. So what I'm saying to you is, I've got all that memory bank to now, and I'm still relevant now. Because when they wanted to sign Valiant, they couldn't get to him, they come to me. Because I'm in the yard, and then I call my brethren Minnie, big up Minnie. Minnie went to Colby, big up Colby. Colby went to Valiant. That's how they got Valiant. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, could that happen if they didn't call me? No. Could that happen if they didn't know me? No. Colby, no, it's not going to happen. So what I'm trying to say is, if I'm not in that cog, if Minnie's not in that cog, if Colby's not in that cog, how did they get to the artist? The young artist that is 25. So what I'm getting at is, all I notice now, none of the youngers want no OGs around them. It's like they can't take the talk.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? And I think you two are. So this is you're the bridge.
Yeah.
And he's the OG they don't want to talk to.
No, trust me, I got a reputation too.
You see the way you said synergy and you appreciated this and this and meshed it. They can work with you. But a man who's got
Yeah,
his
yeah, I get
opinion,
you, I get
can
you.
understand what's how.
But do you know when?
I mean,
But
that's
you know
not true.
when
That's not
what
true.
he was
Yeah,
saying.
but that's not. That's
What I think you were saying.
No, but what he's saying is untrue though.
He's pulling your card, man. He's pulling your card.
I agree.
Because what it is,
I agree, man.
what it is you man have misunderstood because you man are not as.
No, that's not true.
Now listen to this though. Listen to this. I went into.
Don't let us come here and wind you up, you know.
Yeah, I'm not wound up. I'm not
Wind him up, man. Wind him
The man
up.
is just giggling, right? I'm trying to actually make a point because I know that what we say here lasts forever. Do you know what I mean? So where there's a confusion, my number one hate is confusion. You sound confused on what I'm trying to say because you didn't understand it for whatever reason.
Oh, you're doing a jargon thing.
You weren't grasping it.
Put it in layman term for us.
So the layman terms is the layman terms is what Brother Des says. How music is made is different, and because of the way music is made now, the soul of the music, like we had soul music, is now missing.
Yeah, that's
and
a
if
fact.
you don't understand that,
That's a
you
fact.
don't listen to music in the same way that a real music lover does. Your friends and that will tell you, Raj, you know what? Music is different now. I've given you the reasons why it's different. I've given you the actual science behind the difference, but man just seeped over it. Oh yeah, it hurts. So that's why I'm saying, when someone says to you music is better, if music is a medicine, that medicine was most efficient and most in its natural state in a time that has gone. Now they have switched the computers and the machinery that we used to make the music, and they've inserted frequencies that weren't there before. That's why you can hear the difference between musics now. You know what I'm trying to say? You can hear it.
Funny conversation.
You know what I'm trying to say? If you
Who
can
inserted the frequency though?
the music manufacturers, it's science, bro. The music manufacturers, the technology people, rare. There's a music world forum, right, so to speak, yeah.
So like a violin sound ain't
there's
really a violin
music
sound,
world
basically.
forum that has decided to switch to the hertz that we use now. You can Google that. Everyone's got a phone
But
here.
cool,
No. But everyone's got a phone here, so you can go and look and see that. At one point, some people have decided that if you want to upload your music to a certain platform like Spotify, it's got to go through a certain bandwidth. That's now regulated and filtered your sound. It has to.
All right,
go
so
through
let me give
there.
you an example. You're a
Simple.
producer, yeah?
And soul music still exists.
You're
by the way.
old school producer, yeah? Let's say you're old school
Soulful,
producer.
yeah.
And you
You
got
just don't
someone
listen
like,
to them
you
artists.
got someone like, for example, Still Bangles or something. We got Still Bangles, so I'm not taking that away from what you do. You got a...
Should have said cons.
Oh yeah, big up cons. You got a tune to make with, let's say, Valiant, for example.
Yeah.
You walk in there with your violin. You walk in there with your violin like, yeah, let's go, man. And Mavs, the drummer, for example, they're gonna look at you like, you can just go on Logic and type in violin sound and have the kicks and snares and these different things there.
Yeah,
and get it done.
but when you listen to the tune, Valiant's going to be like, I prefer the live fucking
Impossible.
instrument. What do you mean? How's that
Impossible.
impossible?
What do you think they sound the same?
Are you crazy? Or
They don't
something?
sound the same, but I'm saying he's not gonna. When you walk in,
don't make music, so
when you walk into violin and your drum set, he's gonna look at you like, bro, what's going on there?
No, we won't.
Maybe not Valiant then, innit? But I'm just giving you an example.
Some people would, some people won't. I think I know
The
what you're
majority
saying.
of them wouldn't.
Alright, so you work in music.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a music
yeah.
professional for years.
Yeah.
Do you think that like live music sounds better than music that's gone through a system and perfectly mixed to match?
Yeah, no, like
perfectly?
there's a total difference to live music and listen to music through digitally. Total difference.
Which one would you say is like has more
I
quality?
I feel more the live, but if I'm listening to dance music, I like more the digital,
Dance music.
like garage or
So
or,
no one
or
wants
I'm a
to hear
piano.
live.
Yeah.
you watch,
But if I'm
for
listening to
house.
an artist
Yeah.
and they're performing, like I saw Tidra Moses, met her, big up Tidra, yeah, little hottie still, and I thought she was amazing, man. Watching her do the album live, it could never sound like on digital how she did it live.
so you think it sound better live?
Yeah, definitely.
You seen Sting?
Yes, Sting.
So you watch Sting. I remember Vibes versus Movado. You telling me what they
the
performed?
white singer Sting, you know.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, yeah.
I was lost.
Remember that clash? You telling me audio-wise and audio quality that sounded better than the songs they made in the studio?
No, but that's like, I've just told you an artist performing, like with a band and all of that. You took it to a stage show of two man.
'Cause that's live,
spitting.
though.
Yeah, but that's not like a performance of an artist.
No, that's
That's
a
two
clash.
men having
That's
a clash.
That's like a grime
That's
set.
having a clash.
That's a version of live
That's like a
music.
grime
bro.
set.
No, it's a version of
That's
live
not the
music,
same
but
as
it's
a live
not the same
performance.
as like if I go and watch someone perform like Tidra Moses, and then I went and watch Sting. You know, Sting's totally different than going to watch an artist perform. Sting is a stage show.
Stage show.
Where that's a performance.
And a lot of the time, the stage show sounds shit.
And this is what I'm getting at, yeah.
Like,
this
that's
is what
what-
no, do you know
Cause
what? Now, let me say something, though.
You see
Let me
when
say
you said
something.
live, though, that's
do you
where
know
my
what I
brain
really
went.
like how you're asking me them questions? Because I think you're just showing, yeah, what's where the gap is. And that's what I'm saying, like,
Yep.
your generation, I'm really respecting what you lot are saying, like, even about the synergy, I like, you want everything, because I'm saying, right, you lot really appreciate it. But what you don't appreciate is what you're missing out on by knowing the other side. And remember what I said at the beginning about, I know when there was no mobile phones.
Yeah.
I remember when the first mobile phone come out, right? Imagine you never knew that.
Yeah.
So you've got no reference to what it was like before. And I'm saying that's where my thing is, can the OGs get a little talk now? That's all I'm saying.
Big up Desi B. Yeah? You're Desi G.
Yeah.
Big up Desi B.
Oh.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Who's Desi B?
That's the bongo guy, isn't it?
Desi B, because remember you talked about house.
Yeah.
And like their house music. Desi B goes to the funky raves,
with all the drums, my man. Yeah.
The bad man. If you're in a rave with no Desi B, and then you're in a rave with Desi B, you lot write in the comments which one's better. Because we're talking about house and that.
That's a good
Once
point.
you hear the live shit going in, it's a vibe.
Yeah, but after a while, it's too much.
And then,
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay, for real.
That's a fact.
I'm not misunderstanding. and I'm not
what I
trying
think-
to deliberately be ignorant. It's just
I don't think
when you said live music,
Yeah.
that's where my brain went.
Yeah, no, I get it though, but I get it. I get it. I get that.
Point.
No, I don't
I'm
think
just
you are.
saying that I know for a fact
You're
that
just generalizing live.
all live music don't sound amazing.
No, of course not.
But you lot are here
Course
talking
not.
like all live music sounds amazing. So that's why
I never said that.
one.
I never
Make
said
it-
that.
make
That's
it-
why I said
I never
this
said
show.
that.
That's called a
You get what
straw
I'm
man
saying?
argument.
Make a
I never said
big
that.
time artist, for example. Let's say Drake, for example, yeah?
Yeah.
Going to a studio and there's no MacBook Pro and there's no, I don't know, Beats by Dre speakers and that. He's going home, bro.
Yeah, straight.
Make you see drum and bass and cello.
You know
and
something funny? You know
violin
something
and
funny?
piano
Yeah.
and a
No,
sound
but you know what?
mixer.
You know
I don't know. I don't
He's
know
going
if he
home.
would. I don't know because
But then again, he's got a
I
grand
don't know,
piano.
man. I know because I know the biggest studios have got space to record live instruments,
they all
and the
do, they
biggest
all do.
artists
They
have
all
got
do.
live instruments. So the reason why Beyonce's album might sound different than Angin Kelly's album is because you know what I mean. Big up Angin Kelly. I just picked up her name, right? Is because Angin Kelly may have just got Kid and Jeds and that to just programming beats and and Beyonce's flown a man from fucking Switzerland to come and play bass guitar live
what's mad
into the
about this
fucking
thing?
thing.
What's mad
You
about-
don't think it's just did? Oh, it's just did.
But
No.
what's it about for the end product? Do they want to make money or do they want to make music that sounds better?
No, but that's
both.
what I'm saying. This is what's really interesting. I'm saying, like, really, it's just appreciating both art forms, you know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you know what it is? There's no appreciation. There's no time. There's no space for it.
No,
what
there's none.
what I noticed recently was like, right, you know what? The way the youngsters are moving is so fast. It's not that they don't want to listen to you. They got no time to.
And you know what it is as well. A lot of the people chatting to them ain't got no.
I ain't saying nothing.
No,
Ain't
but they
saying
ain't got the
nothing.
experience, because everybody from
Yeah,
their
ain't saying.
generation
Do
talks
you know what I
like
thought
this.
the other day? And this is shots, innit? But it's not shots to disrespect anyone. But it really is shots. Most of the people you're listening out there on the internet right now about the music, the culture, grime, whatever. Most of the people you're listening to about music, all these bloggers and whoever they are, yeah, respect to their work ethic. Most of them have never managed, never signed an artist, never broke an act, never recorded an act. So I'm saying, like, when you really think about it, it's not that you don't like listening to them, because it's their character that comes out that makes you want to follow them. But you know what? Do you think I'm going to listen to someone about my money that's never handled money?
Exactly.
So what I'm trying to say, am I going to learn to drive from someone that can't drive? So for me, I watch the podcast now, and this is what I think podcast. I think it's got so saturated, all the music game, everything. For me in England, you know, I remember my reference point is hip hop, R&B, soul, dancehall, Sting. When you say Sting, you know, I think Junior Reid. You told me Movado, and I think Junior Reid. One blood. You get me? That's the first time I saw that, and I was like, right, all that in the gold fleck black suit. And when I meet the man there in Yard now, that's when I'm a fan, because I'm like, right, I grew up watching you guys, innit? But what I find at the moment is like, this ain't happening enough. And I think, don't get me wrong.
These men are we're all the same age, you know.
No, I'm not to say that.
Like, you get me? So
Yeah.
it's not, but they're repping for the new
The
school.
new gen, realistically.
Yeah, there's
new
nothing
gen
wrong. There's
over
nothing wrong with that. But
Nah,
I'm
we
saying,
just pod, so we always.
yeah.
yeah,
You see the new school, yeah. I just look at them and I think, right, what you're doing is heavy. I rate it, inspires me, but I also think, right, but you could do that though.
But they would never listen to you.
No, they wouldn't listen to
I've
him
got ones that
because
listen
he's
to me,
Yeah,
but,
no,
got
but they don't listen in
accreditations.
general.
Of course,
Do you get
but
what I'm
unless
saying?
you got a certain level of, I don't even like using this word, but a certain level of clout.
Yeah,
you're
for
looking
sure,
like,
for sure. For sure, 100%.
I just know.
100%.
I just know in the question I was asked and whatever, and I know Maverick ain't the only one. If you love music, you're gonna love the old school music. Why? Because it's actually got the sonic qualities.
All right, who new school now
get
do you
me?
draw for when you want to listen to something meaningful?
What genre of music?
Any.
And I'm
Who
the
do you
one-
draw for now of the current, like whatever, Africa, anywhere?
Max Biggerville.
You see me now,
Facts.
yeah? This is where I'm a bit different now.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music
Free the wave.
for educational purposes and all that stuff.
What do you listen
I'm
to for? The enjoyment, right?
Entertainment
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
fun
saying.
and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I like to be, I don't want to be too far from the youth. I'm so in tune with music that I listen to everything. So wherever popular music is, I like to take, because when I used to make music and I used to have an ignorant opinion to music and say, oh, this music shit, that music shit, like some people are doing, saying that certain generation periods of music are better than others. And then I made music and then I thought I was the best rapper in the world. And I put my song out and it got 4 plays.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting down to my brother saying, Juicy J, shit, man, he can't rap. But the guy sold millions.
It's the energy,
So
vibes.
music is a subjective
Strip music,
thing.
strip
So
club
just because
music,
your
man.
opinion don't mean
don't
more
work like
than
that.
anyone else's. Like,
Remember, listen, everyone can have an opinion, man. But everyone can have an opinion, man.
Stop, now, yeah, cool. Listen, podcasts and talking is about opinions. But if you lot know, there's subjective truth and there's objective truth, right? So I get everyone can share their rare, but the fact is what you said was wrong because Mr. Blobby sold millions. He's not a better artist than you, Chinx.
yes, he is.
Why?
Statistically speaking, he is.
No, see, you're getting mixed up with what's good music and what's sold more. You just
No.
But
you
that-
are. You're
but
getting
what-
mixed
know-
up.
you know
What
what
matters,
confused.
though?
You know what? No, no.
Because
No,
you're
no,
saying the success makes it better than you.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Some things are successful.
And shit.
Well, who
So
are
cool,
you
no,
saying
but
shit?
Before we move on though,
Yeah,
I
go
just
on.
want to say you're right, because subjective is good. What's good to him may not be good to me, and good to you, and good to you. I'm so glad you said that word. But he is a more successful artist than me, don't know.
You know,
And that's
it
what-
worked. It worked.
Don't
That's
make him
what
a
my point
better
is.
artist.
It worked. I
That's
remember,
what
you know,
my point is.
Sometimes
sometimes,
better, not successful. Stop measuring what's good with how much it can be sold.
That's
or
the
how
only
much
metric with
that's
music,
not the
though.
no, it ain't.
Give me another tangible
music,
metric.
Listen, music is
No,
spiritual.
tangible, though.
One second,
Give me a tangible
wait.
metric.
Music is spiritual.
That's not tangible.
Yeah, but listen, music ain't tangible.
But
Music
the
is-
only tangible
Wait,
is
bruv.
numbers.
Music.
No, it
Am I
ain't.
wrong?
No, it
Wait,
ain't. No,
bruv.
we're
Hold
talking
on,
about
hold on,
business
hold
now.
on,
The
hold on,
business
hold
of
on.
music. You're not
Hold
talking
on,
about
hold
music.
on, man, hold on.
No, let him say what he's
You
saying,
listen
man.
to music with your wallet, or you listen to music with your bank card, or with your calculator. Cool. But
You're
if you listen to
misunderstanding me now.
If you listen
What?
to music, if you listen to but you said tangible music.
No, I said
money,
name me a
da-da-da.
metric that's tangible.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
said
saying
numbers.
you
That's all I
listen to
said.
music-
Numbers
Like
don't lie.
numbers don't
Men,
lie.
men lie,
Yeah.
women lie, numbers don't
Yeah,
lie.
I get
that.
So that's why I
no,
asked for
numbers do
something
lie.
tangible.
Numbers do lie. Numbers lie all the time. Yeah,
All the time.
numbers make you think that something's more popular than it is because I could go out, we could put money together and buy all of the Mr. Blobby albums out of HMV and boost the sales up, and everyone else thinks because it's big and because it's sold and it's number one, it must be the shit. But it's not. You might sit there and think that bare people loved it.
Yeah,
but
but
then you've never gone in Noah's yard or Noah's car.
What you're
and
doing,
seen
what
them-
you're doing,
and
what-
Is
seen
that,
them
not a
playing
straw,
it.
is that not a straw man argument as
No,
well?
it
then?
ain't. No, it ain't.
Because is every
No.
single person's numbers in the world all bought and artificial?
No, but what I'm saying is,
you
this
get
is
what
why
I
we
mean?
No,
can't.
he's giving you a hypothetical.
I'm giving you the
And I gave him a
How it could
hypothetical
affect
to
it,
combat
yeah.
it though.
you
Because
know, I
some
think-
people have real numbers and their numbers are high.
You're failing. You're losing.
No, it ain't about winning or losing. you know.
losing.
All it's about is opinions. But what I find really interesting is the way you look at music or how you judge it.
It's based on how much it's sold.
You're losing something from music, in my opinion.
Like, if you let me finish, if you not let me finish the point I was
Wait,
trying to say,
before you just move
I said
on.
you
We're all trying to
listen
make points
with
and not up.
if you listen to music with a calculator, a wallet, or a protractor or whatever, then that's one side. But if you listen to music with your soul and because I'm telling you, music is spiritual. It's not even a physical fucking thing. Yeah, music is spiritual, and this is about frequencies, and you need to have a deeper understanding of even what music is. This is why in certain man's religion, music is even fucking like told to be guarded against because it influences you. All I'm saying to you is this: because Mr. Blobby went platinum, doesn't mean he's better than Chinx that only had 4 plays. That's not how music works. Don't let them fool you into that. Yeah, yes. We could interview 1,000 people and maybe 100 of them say that they prefer the Mr. Blobby. But the fact remains, yeah, this is why I
But
say...
my thing is this, like,
Yeah, but who decides? Who
No,
decides, though?
but the fact remains that you have to have individual choice. So when you're saying, I listen to music and I rate it based on how much other people have bought it, that's got nothing to do with whether it's good. Because if you like it and it bangs, then that's a fucking good tune. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So it's not about how much it sold. You might never know how much it sold. Before you knew how much music sold, you can come across a piece of music you either appreciate or you
So
don't.
wait,
you don't think, now you go to the comments to see what's saved. Now, someone sends you a tune, the first thing you do before you play it is see how many views it's got.
Yeah.
They're rewriting and rewiring the way you appreciate it.
Wait, so if one person comes up to you, sorry, Chinx, one person comes up to you and say, listen, your song you made, man, it changed my life, man. It saved me, man. It saved me from killing my dog, for example. Yeah, and then you get an email from Sony Records and they say, we want to sign your song for, I don't know, they want to give you 10 grand. Are you going to say, nah, man, listen, I don't want the 10 grand, man. I want to stay with the spiritual guy. I want to keep on the spiritual side. Or are you going to judge it from what Chinx saying about the metric units?
No, I'm not judging it. What do you mean? I'm going to make some money. What do you mean I'm judging
So are you doing it for the spiritual side of things, or are you doing it to make money?
No, but the thing is, you can make money off of expressing your spirit. You can make money off
Not for one person.
Listen. As an artist, you decide what you've gone in the booth to do. Yeah? I've gone in there. I'm an artist. I've gone to create. I've gone to share a part of my soul, my personality, my whatever, and I've come to express it. It's my art up there. I paint, I draw, I create stuff. I make things. You see my imagery, I created this whole place. I'm an artist. And the reason why I do it is because I have a burning desire to express what is within and bring it to life. My aim is to be able to put what's in my brain and transmute it into something that's out there.
But that don't
outside
mean
of myself.
That don't mean it's better than nobody else's.
No, I'm not
though.
saying it is, but
that's your argument, though.
No, I'm answering this question.
Can I just respond to what Desi said then?
What are you doing? I'm answering this question.
Go on.
He just asked me a question about what would I do, what should I rather? And I'm saying, I make music for the artistry reason. Now, sometimes you can sell that. Do you know what I mean?
So you're doing both.
It's not that you're doing both. If you go into the booth to make something that sells, you might end up with a Mr. Blobby or Mr. Rere or the stuff that Des is talking about. You might end up, and it might be good because your idea is, I just want to capture and rare. But if you come out with something that's authentic to you, that I feel stands the test of time. That's the difference between back in the days of what was commercial and what was authentic, right? So now you're deliberately trying to catch something commercial, and a lot of the time when you're doing that, you're censoring yourself. You're not gonna say say orange juice
so to cut you again,
rather than you're not gonna say bonfire on this and that because you want to be in the algorithm. You don't want to be demonetized, and then you've got shit.
Profanity, though.
Huh?
Some things are just profanity.
But most artists now,
because we keep moving.
Most artists now, sorry, this is the last one I'm
moving.
gonna say. Most artists now, when they get a hit song, they don't. When they interview them and they say, "Oh, did you know the song was do that?" "Oh, no, I didn't know it was do that, man. It was just a song I didn't really care about, man. It was a throwaway song." They didn't care about the spiritual side of things.
Yeah, I know, but you what does that mean? So it sold a lot. So you're going back to because it sold. Then what's that mean? You ask them what tune means the most to them. They're gonna say track number 2 on the B side or rare. Why? Because I read this about my mom. She just passed that the night before.
Cool, we don't hear that. We don't hear that. Perform the other tune.
Yeah, but that was. You understand what I'm saying to you?
We don't care about that.
You're talking two different things.
Because your argument is because you're still arguing about what's better.
No,
and nothing is better because it's all subjective. It's whatever you prefer, and that's an argument that we're gonna sit down here and go around in circles all day. Because what you like, I don't like. You don't like, I don't like. That's why my key word is tangible.
That was the whole point of when I say something's better.
Can I finish?
You're supposed to have your own idea of what's better.
So
your idea of what's better is what sold more. My idea of what's better is what I liked.
No, because I've corrected that.
We've had this conversation at Facts Only.
No, but can I finish my point?
Do you mean?
Because maybe I might have said better and I made a mistake, but remember I switched it to successful. Because I can honestly say one is more successful than the other because the market determines your value and one sold more than the other.
Facts.
And then you said something a minute ago that stuck in my head. You said that the way I'm judging music is going to make me miss stuff. Remember from the start of this conversation, I ain't judged no music. He said that a particular time period of music was better than another. And I never said none was better. I was just arguing about how certain artists are doing better and sometimes. So I've never made no objective opinions on music. The only one I may have made, which I corrected, was better, but I said successful. So I've made no judgments. He's the one who said a particular time frame of music is better than another. So he actually made the judgment.
Yeah.
I've not made no judgment here.
So
I'm not really missing out on that in your music.
I wasn't even going back that far. I was just listening to how you was talking about. I was saying, if that's how you look at music, you're gonna miss something from the music when you're looking at it. That's what I mean. I mean, like if you look at something through these glasses, right? That's the only view you got. So if you got them glasses, that's the view you got. If you got them glasses, if you're talking more, if you got that view, I'm saying to you, the way you're talking about music to me, it gives me the energy. I'm not saying it's definite, but it's giving me the energy like, oh, well, you know what? If you listen to music and judge it like that in your own way.
How do you think I judge music? Because I think you're mixing me up with him.
Based
No,
on
no, I'm
how
not
much
mixing
it
up
sells.
no one. I'm listening to you.
I've not said any music shit.
No, but you said
never
that you
said
rate
you
the
said
ones that
music
sells
shit.
more.
So what did I do wrong then to say that?
You've never done nothing wrong. I never
No,
said
because
you've
I'm
done nothing
curious, because
wrong.
I think I'm a music man. And I personally think maybe
No, I'm listening to you.
disregarding you,
Yeah.
I probably listen to more music than these, man. And I could probably reel off
Who's the
more.
hottest artist you like now at the moment?
I don't listen to the hottest person.
No,
But
I
if
never
you're
said.
gonna ask
No,
me that,
no.
I'll
You
just
see,
say
you see how you answered that.
Contradictions.
I never told you who's the hottest. I said, who's the hottest person you listen to?
At the moment, there's a producer called Retro Bands. He makes blends. It's like a mix of old R&B with like a little trap.
And
vibe.
is there any artists out there that we might know of that you're rating? You're saying right, they're underrated. Is there like who's the
Underrated?
what do you think the hottest thing out there right now is? The hottest energy out there right now is? If you're in touch with all of that, what's the hottest energy?
I'm not as self-absorbed to think that my opinion outweighs everybody.
No one said you're
No, but
self-absorbed.
he
When
also
there's
does new music.
Billboard-
All the time he shows you new music.
When
I'm
there's
like, that's
Billboard
decent.
charts that clearly state who's doing the
I don't look at none of the charts.
I listen to everything because you see the way you say commercial music can be authentic to some people, you know.
I was just asking who you like.
He's being
but
too
still.
safe.
Yeah,
I know
you
Chinx. He's
get
being
it,
too
you get it.
safe
Yeah, I know,
because he
I get
plays
it.
his new music all the time.
But my
I'm like,
thing
who
is this. I'm just interested in the opinions. Man. That's all it is for me. I ain't overthinking what you're saying. I'm just saying the way you're breaking it down, the music to me, I'm like, well, if that's how you look at music, and you ask me how do I think you look at music, I think you look at it in a way like, from you look at something, you'll break it down, innit? You'll break it down. All right, what's it doing? Where's it at? How is it created? Is it successful? Is it this? Is it that? You'll break it down like that. Yeah, where I'm saying if I listen to music, the first thing I'll do is close my eyes and just feel it. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care nothing about it. Like, there's no music I've worked with in the business game. And don't get me wrong, you know, I've been asked to manage pop acts, you know. And as I've got older, I've realised, right, you know what, I could have done the pop route.
Yeah, you missed the
And
bag.
I missed the bag. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I've got friends that have done the pop route. They're now head of second, third in charge at Warner. Big up Joseph Kentish. You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I've seen people be very successful off of making pop music, which for me, remember what pop music is, you know? It's like, I want to put this together like Lego.
It's the commercial.
I
thing
want
that
to
I'm saying.
make this. I want to bring this right. I want to bring... And listen, some people in the pop game really look at that like making music, you know, and it is. But there's another set of people that will sit down with instruments and build from scratch, all as a group and a vibe,
jam.
and take
And
time.
jam.
There's different ways
real
to do
music.
it. I'm not saying any way is better.
you gotta bring it back
I'm
to
just
the-
saying there's
the
other
origins
ways,
of it.
and different ways of doing things give you different outcomes.
Yeah.
I think-
and when
So
like I
what
said,
did you
I
say?
look for the spirit, I look for the artistry, I look for the poetry in music. Like, and that's got nothing to do with how much it sells or very rare. Some people listen to, right, that won't sell, or that what people won't buy that, right? Or the masses won't buy it. But what I know from looking at the world is the masses is dumb.
Like, you see in a label right now, in a
masses
label, a
are
major
cheap.
label, it doesn't even make sense talking about a new act. Because guess what? See, 0 to 60, they call it, yeah? 0 to 60, that's what the streets take care of now. And that's what I was getting with the managers are gone
so
and
that's
stuff.
the- yeah, the
0
A&R
to
and all
60.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, I'm telling you, the streets are missing a trick. And the labels are missing a trick. Don't get me wrong, they don't care. Oh, that's how it goes now. I get that. I
They're not
get
looking
it.
to bring
It's
no-
like you
they
telling
want
me,
someone at
yeah,
60,
I want
is
to
that what you're
stream it. I
saying?
don't care about the analog. I get it. But what I'm saying to you is, it means that, okay, you're doing something in a different way, so it's going to have a different outcome. And right now, for me, I don't hear a lot of, like, music that's going to last being made. I'm sure it's being made, but I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it in the popular,
Facts, man.
on the
I listen to
radio, and
stuff
I'm not
that's
hearing
relatable.
it.
I like stuff that's relatable.
It's microwave, throwaway music. Love it today. Don't want to listen
All
to
right,
it
look,
again.
someone-
It's hype now. You
Oh,
banged
I don't
it-
listen to that
you banged
kind of
it for
music,
6 months.
So you see,
get me, and
your
now
man-
it's kind of done.
No, but
A lot of the music's
then you
like
talk
that.
what he was saying. You talk about your preferences, innit? I'm a very strong character, so from the minute I got in the game, yeah, to my detriment and to my advantage, I stick to what I do. So what I'm saying to you is, as you get older, you start to realize, nah, man, you got to have a 360. You got to be open to
Bingo.
views, because at the end of the day, that's how you stay in the game. That's how you stay relevant.
Bingo.
But that's staying in
What
the
do you mean,
game.
bingo?
of
Because
what?
he's the one saying that only a particular time music is.
No, he was
You get what
saying
I
back
mean?
in the day.
misconstruing what I'm saying
Back
from
in
the
the day.
beginning. I don't understand
How?
what you don't get.
No, he was saying back in the
You
day,
said
he thinks it was a bit
spiritually-
better.
Music
You
is
think
better.
that you said the
Music
hurts.
was better back in the days. I'm not
And
sure
that's
why
an-
you're not hearing that.
That's an opinion, though.
No,
isn't it?
no,
That
but
is
it's
opinion,
actually
it
a
is
fact.
opinion.
It's- okay, let
It's
me
a
just say
fact to
this.
him.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. Yeah, it's an opinion of a lot of musicians. That
You
make
can't
music.
say that.
Why? Because I speak
I
to
thought, you know what?
musicians.
I think it's okay for a man to
I'm
say
around.
yes and a man to
Hold on,
say no.
wait. If you're not in the music industry and never been in it, You don't like. You're not been spending years and years.
What's
on
a
it.
lot? What's a lot and what's not a lot?
Yeah, but even that, yeah, what you're saying is right. No, it's not wrong. Because at the end of the day, no, listen. I know you're not
I've
wrong.
been in studio with Killers. I've been in studio with Lily Allen.
Yeah, but do you know what? And Lily Allen shit.
Nah, she's not shit, man.
Listen, but this is your boy. So
Man,
back your boy. Because remember, I've never said no one shit, you know.
Why you being a dick? Yeah, but like, this is why, because I go out on a limb and talk about my preferences. Yeah, I'm not rolling round to Lily with Allen. Like, and I'm not sitting back in the spa with my headphones on trying to chill with Lily Allen. I'm not getting on a plane knowing I've got 5 hours to go and I've got a Lily Allen playlist. Yeah.
He's still
What did Lily Allen do? At the funeral. What someone is.
Hold on, wait. At the funeral.
He's crashed out.
At the funeral. It's not Lily Allen.
But someone is.
But can I say something?
You understand?
There's a lot of people that would.
That's my point. But someone is.
I'm not speaking for them. I don't know why you're not hearing that. I don't know why you're not hearing it.
But
my whole thing is, I'm talking about my preference, and everyone else is talking about what would sell, what's popular, what's successful. And I'm saying that, but no. So when I say
Your preference is bullshit.
No, but this is the thing.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You're out of the
stop being
game.
dismissive, man.
Stop being
Because
dismissive.
he's winding you up now.
Hold on. This man said your preference is bullshit, and you said stop being dismissive to Jedi, because I said, what?
No, because remember, I've never said.
Was he being dismissive by
You just
saying
said
my opinion is bullshit?
I told him to stop being dismissive to you.
Oh, you're talking to him? Yeah.
I'm podding now.
Yeah.
He said Lily Allen shit though. He said Lily Allen shit.
Because you said that.
You know what?
He
That
said
was a bit harsh of Lily Allen.
Thank you.
That was
And
a bit
you've been-
harsh of Lily Allen.
Thank you.
Big up Lily
And you've
Allen.
been saying
Big up
about
Lily Allen.
everything.
No, I ain't been saying about everything. No,
You
I
said Max
haven't.
B shit as well.
Big up
I
Seb.
never once said Max B shit. I said you were listening to Max B.
Oh
In a condescending way.
No, he asked, what music would you listen to get that vibe or whatever rare nowadays?
You like, yeah, Max B,
And
Free
I
the
said
Wave.
Max B, Free the Wave. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
say
it
it
was
was shit.
condescending though. You know.
No.
Jenny, you know you did.
I
You know
didn't say
you
it was
did.
shit, but I know that what I'm making a joke at is the depth. Max B is cool, but there's a depth of what he's come out with. Most of his shit is mixtape stuff, rare. There's a depth of he's even given us in terms of
What's your viewpoint on the
in
mixtape
terms
stuff?
of artistry. Like, bro, like.
Would you say he's an artist?
When it comes to artistry, music,
Would you say he's an artist?
Poet, would I say I'm an artist?
No, we say Max B's an artist.
Yeah, of course he's an artist.
Okay.
Who's an artist?
So
He's a heavy artist. I like Max
You see,
B.
when you said the mixtape, yeah, was that like a negative
because-
thing or was it a good thing?
I just feel like because the mixtape stuff is not as like, we ain't got an album from Max B.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Do you see how
We ain't
that's a
got
bit contradictotive though?
No. It's not contradictive. I'm
Because
saying
you remember you've been saying that
body-
mainstream and commercial music
It's not
is
about
less.
mainstream.
It's your thing to be right and wrong.
Listen.
No, my thing is that
Listen,
there is
listen,
no
listen,
right
listen.
and wrong, but there's
Listen,
always
listen.
another.
But I know it's
Explain.
quite. You want to get
But listen to
the
this,
person.
Because I just
You
think
wanna
everyone's
get the-
wrong. So when he's wrong,
Yeah,
I have
get-
to highlight.
Listen,
when he's
listen.
wrong. I'm willing to accept.
I'm
I'm
talking
wrong
about
if
the
I'm wrong.
mixtape.
No, I'm not saying you are. No.
You asked me about the mixtape.
No, but
If
the only
you make
reason
mixtapes, yeah, and you know what the mixtape meant when Max B was out putting out mixtapes, it was jumping on other people's rhythms,
Facts.
yeah, and just spraying bars, right,
That's
and
a
just
fact.
doing your thing. Especially in his era, very few of them had that album mixtape kind of crossover where we kind of moved into where man's mixtape sounds like an album, meaning you're giving us a meaningful body of work with written bars, production and thought being put into it. A little time you've taken and you presented this as a package. That's an old school thing, right? And I'm saying we ain't got that out of him. He's done a couple mixtapes, quite a few
I
mixtapes
agree.
on different people's beats, not really mixed, mainly with a DJ chatting over it, rare. We ain't got that body of work. Like if he comes out soon, he may sit down in the studio and actually create a body of work where he's saying, this is my album.
I doubt
You
it.
doubt that he's gonna make a body of work?
Nah, I don't think he's gonna make an album like that. A lot of
people
people can't make albums, bro. That's a
People
fact.
not even making
They
albums.
can't make.
no
A lot of
more.
people can't make songs. That's a fact.
That's a fact. But they will kill the
Very
mixtape.
true, very true.
Right? And I agree with you.
And that was another thing I was going to say when I was breaking down about
Max
that
B does
A&R
have an
and that.
album, by the way.
You get what I'm
Does he?
saying?
Yeah, but it's bullshit.
It's the one before he went to prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, it's
My
almost
bad,
like
my bad.
you do a verse and a hook and a verse, and that's the tune. It's not even like you go further than that.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you get a middle eight.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm
bridges,
watching it,
yeah.
and I'm saying, and that was what I said about the 15 seconds, the 20
Getting
seconds.
smaller.
And that's what's happening. And I'm saying to you now, it's a formula.
2-minute tunes
So
and
now
that.
it's almost like, you see your music. Your music is just a vehicle to make you get money for shows, sell merchandise, go on tour, do other things. It's like your music is almost being so devalued that, you know what, it's not really the breadwinner again, but it's an important part
it's a
for you
cog
to get through the door. And I'm saying to you, there's nothing wrong with that model, but with that model, you got to understand you're not really going to get a lot of, because guess what, see a creative, a proper creative, they can't work within that model consistently. Because sometimes it takes 5 to 10 years to get to your zone. And then when you get in that zone lasts 6 months or 6 years. But let me tell you, when you come out of that zone, you might never go back into it again. So at the end of the day, you see the system, that, like labels are, I don't want to say they're dead, because they're too powerful to dead. But it's changing. It's changing. We're getting to a next Napster moment.
I agree with
or
that.
CD to MP3. We're getting to the next
I
moment.
agree with that though.
For him to agree with you,
No, but I've
he's
got a lot of
making me
friends.
think
I've got a lot of friends that are artists, and I've been with them in
because
meetings
you know
and
what,
stuff like
What do you mean you don't listen to enough music?
Because for him to say, because he's following you because you're saying, but you know that there's so
not-
much.
No, but break down why you listen to enough music. Why does that have to be something
Because
about it?
everything you're saying about the people that are doing a particular formula of making music, they exist, of course. But there's a whole realm of other artists who don't do that. But instead of us championing them and lifting them up and even naming those artists, all we do is we're going to shit on the few that the industry push in front of us. Because at the end of the day,
See, you're reading it wrong.
we're
What I'm
all
saying.
lazy.
That's not what I'm
and
saying.
we go off what's popular.
I'm overviewing what's happening now. I'm not telling you, oh, this is what's happening. This is the way it's going. I'm saying no. I've just spent a lot of time around it. I'm like, rah, the shit's changed a bit, you know? And the way it's operating, for me, my experience, what I've done over the last 20, 30 years, the people that I know, where I've been with, what I've done, the success, the failures, all of that, I'm looking at it saying, rah, you know what? Creativity is kind of getting molded into something else now. And guess what? Like, who's the most successful entertainer in this country right now from that culture? It's probably KSI.
England, you mean?
And see
No,
KSI.
Central C's, I think.
No, fuck Central C right now. It's listen to me. Listen to what I'm giving you the facts. I'm not asking you. It's like it's KSI. Central C's coming up now, and he's making the money. But if you're looking at the last 2, 3, 4 years, it's KSI, man. And I'm saying when you watch these guys, Logan Paul, all of them, what are they? They're jack of all trades and masters of none. And that's no disrespect to them. I rate the hustle.
That's what it is.
I rate it. But guess what? Now they're the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? Everybody's gravitating to that. Yeah. So guess what? Everybody's jack of all trades and masters of none. And that's why people like Ray is on the Oscars now. Because guess what? She's so good at what she does, she's just streaming through. That's why Ed Sheeran stream through. Because guess what? They're focused on their craft. When you see other people that are not as focused, they're doing a bit of everything. Yeah, they're most popular, but guess what? Is there any songs that you'd remember of KSI? I don't know. No disrespect to him.
I don't listen to KSI.
I've never listened to him. But you know what? I respect his business acumen and what he's doing.
So you see when you said
I rate him.
So you see when you said
but where's the where's the culture in what he's doing?
You expect KSI to have culture?
No, listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. You're not really getting what I'm saying to you.
Do you know his audience?
You're not getting what I'm saying to you. It doesn't matter who his audience is. He's got now. That's what I'm saying to you. He's got now. So if he's got now, yeah, that means there's a whole heap of people watching him, being influenced by him. I'm not saying he's doing something wrong. I'm just saying to you, what comes out of his success for others? More YouTubers? Like I see certain man now sitting in rooms, name no names. They think they're Kai Cenat, innit? Like people are copying that formula. And I'm watching it and I'm saying, okay, cool, great. But is it original?
This is what I'm saying anyway. I agree with you. I agree with like parts of what everyone's saying. And I think I'm just coming from a creative perspective.
Yes.
From somebody.
And
I've been trying to say this.
And yours seems like a bit of a disgruntled
No, but I
creative.
like what he said when he said like it's like a.
You know what? Everybody, I'm wrong.
It's a,
No, it's
Everything
not
they
about
said was
wrong.
correct.
Don't do that. Don't
And
do
I'm
that.
sorry I challenged
Don't do that.
anyone.
Don't do that.
I like what
You're
he
not
said
saying you're
when it's a segue to like selling merch, getting in shows and that. That's a fact.
That's what I've noticed.
That is a fact.
That's what I've noticed. Like, you see
But what
Central
else-
C.
what else
I
is there?
rate Central
But there's
C,
the
yeah?
passion.
What else is there?
What else is there is actually the passion for what you are doing. The fact that you love
So someone like
creating.
her, do you listen to her?
No. Hate
I've listened to her.
Yeah,
Cool. So she is like, she's on your side of things. She's spiritual. She didn't show her face for long. She didn't cap the money, all that stuff. Cause I listen to R&B. I'm more of an R&B artist. I listen to. So when I went to Usher's concert the other day and I saw production, I was fuming. Cause he didn't sing.
Is it?
He
What did he
didn't-
mime?
He sung a few
hustling
songs. He sung
everyone,
a
man.
bit. That's what he's.
He always do this.
So
They've been
on
doing
the
that for
pod the
years,
other day,
It's more about
I was
cherries.
fuming.
It's more
What
about
did he do?
cherries
That's my
and
point.
jazz.
What did he
Bruv,
do?
he was singing like maybe like 8 bars and then make the crowd do the rest. I'm like, bruv, I'd rather the guy sit down the whole time for the hour and a half whatever he's on there.
You want a
and just sing.
performance?
It's a sing-along, isn't it?
When I said to them lot, they're saying he ain't got no vocal range. I'm saying, Usher, bro, are you
Usher?
not sick?
Yeah.
are you lot all right, bro? And they said, who could you compare it to? I said, maybe someone like Joe. And they're like, Joe. I was like, all right, Tank. They're like, all right, Tank. I was like, but the comparison with Usher and Tank is so disrespectful. I only said it to make it a point to them, lot.
Real point.
This is
real
my
talk,
point.
Real talk.
But yeah, go on. Sorry,
Nah,
Jess,
I'm
carry
with
on.
you on that.
But
So,
I think
I'm with you on
I think that show, watching it, because I've been watching all the gal them skinning out and for him and that, and I'm saying I get it, but guess what? It's just the performance has morphed into something else now.
Yeah,
It's what
And when you're going
the
there,
money.
this is what you're getting.
It's an experience now.
And
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. That's
An
what
experience, that's the word.
That's what I say. I went for the experience. I want to say that in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, I can say to my kids, I was there. I don't want that. I'd rather not go there.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, for example. I watched Game of Thrones from season 1 to season 7. Season 7 was bullshit. I'd rather watch 1 to 6 and say, this is my point.
I've never watched 7 just because of that.
7 was
7 was dead
garbage.
still.
So I'd rather not go to the Usher concert because now I'll listen to Usher and I'll even skip his songs. That's how pissed off I was.
I stopped sulking, Chinx, man. Why don't you?
I'm not sulking. I just
We
know
like Max B.
my opinion's not really valid in here. So
Oh my
continue.
God. What? No, but remember, yeah.
Your opinion's totally
remember,
valid,
yeah,
man. It's
remember,
interesting, man.
Remember, yeah.
It's interesting.
From especially from there's a camera here, yeah, and we're recording, yeah. Your opinion goes out to your soul tribe and your people that resonate.
I don't really care about that. I'm more about an in the room thing.
No,
'cause
but
I'm having
I've-
a conversation with you lot. I don't
But we
really
all listening to your
bother about
opinion,
that.
and everyone's responded and taken on board.
Not
and
really. I feel like my opinion's been misconstrued and put down.
Let's get your opinion
and
right.
kinda-
Let's get your
Nah,
opinion
no,
right.
no,
I
no,
want
I
to.
ain't
I
really
want
got.
to.
I'm not really bothered.
In fact,
What you said
the fact-
is what Chinx stands on. I know Chinx, bro.
I don't think it's been misconstrued. I think that I've had 2 conversations with you about music now, and personally, you keep talking about how you bring up album sales or sales.
Yeah, because
When we
people
talk
like to
about
do this
what's
la
good or
la
bad.
Delulu thing where man think that they're the best rapper in their bedroom, but the market determines your value. So you sitting down explaining all this artistry.
Yeah,
and all
but
that
sometimes
stuff.
you can't get in the market, even when you think you can.
And what does that mean?
All it means is that it's not your time. There's time in. So many things can.
don't
That's
mean
like a
that
black
you're-
hole. There's
so
so
mean
many
that
things
you're
that
not
I
the
happen.
can
best
turn around and say that
to
someone's
ever
a more
put-
successful artist than you.
No, you can't, because guess what? At the
Then
end of
we're gonna have to agree to disagree
There are,
then.
listen, there
No,
are
no,
many.
no, wait,
there are-
Des.
let me
It's
finish.
a successful.
I know what he means.
Yeah.
There's many talented artists that never successful.
Thank you.
That's life.
So would that mean that the artists that are successful are more successful than those talented ones?
Yes.
Well, of course they are,
That's
because
what
they're
my
not in the
point
game.
is.
They're not
But
in the
you just
game.
disagree with me.
Okay,
No,
well,
I didn't
wait,
take
one
it like
second,
that's what
Des.
you're saying.
What's success?
We can do a
And what is
VAR.
and what is success?
I didn't take it like that's
can
what
do
you were
a
saying.
What is
VAR.
success?
He just disagreed with
But
me.
I'm
no?
asking you,
No,
what's
but let me
success?
just
All
stand
this
on this
disagree and
part at the
agree,
moment.
blood. All this
Do you get what I
disagree and
mean?
agree. It's not about that. It's
I
about
just said
opinions.
one's more successful. He said no, one's not
No,
more
but I
successful.
agree with
There's
you.
someone
Right.
who has more talent that's not as successful.
explain something to
Therefore,
you.
I said that the one who's more successful is more
But
successful.
humour
than
me,
the talent one
what's
isn't.
success?
What in terms of music?
In terms of whatever you're talking
You know
about.
what? We're gonna do it your way because
No,
my
no,
way
no,
is
no.
continuously
I
wrong.
want you
Me,
to-
no, but let me just explain. Me, the only tangible metric that I refer to is numbers because it's
There you go.
tangible.
So am
So
I
you
wrong?
lot give me another metric that's tangible, and we can discuss
I'm
it.
agreeing with you.
Because if
If
not,
you're-
we're gonna go around in circles and do a subjective argument.
I've
which is
agreed with you.
pointless.
When you said success, yeah, I agree with what you're talking about. Because I know when you say success, you mean how much has been sold, how much have you made, how much people have bought into you. And I said that that's what you judge music on.
No, I said that's what's successful because before
Okay,
I may have said one
cool.
was better than the other,
When you keep
but then I
bringing-
corrected myself and said successful.
Success.
Because remember, this whole argument,
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
consistent. No one's shit. No one's music's better than no one else. No time period's music
Yeah,
better
I
than
don't
everyone else.
agree with that.
That's not. Remember, I've not discredited no one's music. You
Yeah.
know. I'm just being devil's advocate and arguing the other side of the coin.
So-
Because it seems like in this room, there's only one
So if someone-
one
if-
point of view
if
in
some-
terms of music.
No, I don't even agree with Des, and he's not agreeing with all of my points. So you get me? We're all having our own perspectives, right? Even Kid over here's got his own perspective. Sorry to keep pushing it on.
No, it's fine.
Right? So let me ask you something though, right? Is somebody that sells 1 billion successful?
I think that's a silly question. Is that not rhetorical?
No, to you. I want to know what... Do you think that someone that sells 1 billion records is a successful artist?
I think an artist that's going out there to sell music and they've sold 1 billion is a successful artist.
Do you think like an artist that put his music up to sell and didn't sell any, is he a failure?
It depends on what his goal is, so I can't determine on whether
Same
he's a
goal as
failure.
The man that sold 1 billion, he's got the same goal to
Oh,
sell
hell,
music.
Oh, yeah, hell yes.
So he's a...
By his own metric,
right.
he's a failure.
Right, so this is what I'm saying. For me, I'm not going to judge who's the better artist, best...
No, why do you
I
keep
just said
shifting
for
it
me,
back
I
to
just said
better?
for me.
No, but we just debated
I'm-
success and
Yes.
then you switched it to better.
Yeah, because hear me out. Yeah? Hear me out. I said, for me, I am not going to equate who is the better artist based on who is more successful or not. Who is more successful or not is whatever. That has no bearing on how good the artist is, in my opinion.
Am I lost?
No.
Have I ever said anyone's music better than anyone else's?
I'm clarifying my stance.
So why start with my stance in terms of the success and one sold a billion and not to just speak about something completely different?
Because I just wanted to know whether you thought, because you said you don't believe anything's good or shit, right? You're not saying anything's good or shit. But someone that sells a billion is successful. Someone that doesn't sell is you didn't really want to say.
No, but do you know successful and better is two different things?
Yes, but it's
so
good.
my one is success, your one is better.
So who's the good artist? Is the good artist? Can you be a good artist and not sell anything? Can you be a better artist and not sell anything?
Better is subjective.
Based on
success is not objective; it's fact.
Okay,
so I'm only arguing fact because subjective arguments go in the circle all day.
So you will never listen to two pieces of music and say this is better. You will never say that.
In my opinion, one I listen to more may be better than the other. In my opinion,
that's what we're asking for.
If one has blatantly outsold the other one, I'm going to say that this one is more successful than that one.
I agree with you.
That's what my point is.
I would agree with that point 100%. No arguments. But when we brought Chinx on there, we wanted to hear what Chinx believed. And when we started talking about better or whatever, success came into it. And I feel like that's a recurring theme. When you speak about music, you talk about numbers and and tangibility. And I just want to know, what do you prefer? What's better to you? Like, for you to say that there's no one shit, you've never heard a shit artist. You've never heard a rapper and thought he's shit.
Yeah, but
and then you go and look at his streams and he's streaming 60 million.
No, but this is the difference in me.
What's that mean?
You see my nose? My nose is big. I got it from my dad. I'm a very nosy person. So if there's 100 million people listening to something,
you want to know
I'm
why?
not ignorant enough to go, that's whack and I don't like it. I'm a person, I want to understand what's going on and see why people appreciate this. Because I'm not that ignorant and I don't think that my opinion outweighs anyone else's. And I'm not going to go anywhere and be saying that people are shit when maybe it's me, it's my understanding that's wrong.
Okay,
and it took me to make music to have that viewpoint. Because I was that man making my music thinking it was the thing, and I pull it out and it's not the thing. But I can sit here and say it's about the artistry, it's what I felt when I put it in the song. But in terms of success and what the market, because the market determined my value in terms of being a successful artist, which my goal was, because I'm not sitting down putting my time into nothing that doesn't come back or benefit me in any way. So my goal was to do well numerically and earn money and wanting to stop.
In a nutshell, we've got there
now. To work at my job.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you the first rule of making music.
I agree with you.
If you make music to make money, you probably won't make it. That's the biggest test.
And his music is not shit. And see,
I don't think it is.
I'm very biased.
It would be shit.
I'm very biased, but if I think
and you know what it is as well? One thing I tell you about music and I'm making music, it's not for the weak-hearted, you know, or the faint of spirit, you know. Because let me tell you something. You know about David Gray? You know a singer called David Gray? You should do your homework on him, bruv.
Fuck David Gray, man.
Why fuck him?
Because I don't
Why
want
fuck
to,
him?
man. I won't do homework about David Gray.
Go on, anyway.
He said fuck David Allen. You said fuck Central C. I fuck David Gray.
I want to hear about David Gray.
Fuck the conversation, yeah.
I want to hear about David Gray.
Hey, Des, where you going?
What you talking about, man? Tell me fuck David Gray. You tell me fuck David Gray on camera for, man? Why you tell me fuck? I don't talk to people like that.
Are you ready to unlock a world of exclusive content, behind-the-scenes access, and become part of something truly illuminating? Look no further than the Trilluminati Patreon page. Welcome to the Trilluminati Patreon page, where the extraordinary meets the exclusive. As a patron, you'll be the first to see our latest videos, artwork, and projects before anyone else. But that's not all. Early access, exclusive Q&A sessions, personalized shout-outs, and even one-on-one chats with our team. It's like having a backstage pass to our creative world. Plus, you'll be part of a vibrant community of fellow Trilluminati members where you can exchange ideas, collaborate on projects, and make lasting connections. Don't miss out on this opportunity to be part of something extraordinary. Join the Trilluminati Patreon page today and start your journey towards unlocking your full creative potential. Trilluminati Patreon. Trilluminate your passion. Unlock your potential.